Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's see. How y'all doing tonight? What's up? What's up? All right. Boom. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Wait, where's my chat? What is happening? Whoa. That looks different. Uh-oh. Duckies first, let's go. I love updating something right before chat, or right before stream, and everything looks different now. Yikes. What's up, Jackson? Welcome in, Ducky, Luderav as well. Hope you guys are having a great night. Oh, I hate this XP system. I got no clue how it works. Why did Ducky beat you? Did you run out of grapes at the lemonade stand? What? What's up, Shikaka? Welcome in, man. Also, Goat, welcome. I'm also lost. Savage, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Look at what? What am I looking at? Playing a horror game? Welcome in. Goose, how's it going? Hey, thank you for the Gigantify, the bits there. Grim, how's it going? There's a song about a duck walking up to a lemonade stand and asking, "Got any grapes?" This is not a song that I have heard. I don't see anything, Ducky. I don't know what you're talking about. I got uh-oh. He's trying to kill us. Dang, mysterious stranger. How's it going, Grim? I don't see anything in Discord, man. Maybe I'm just blind. Who wants it? Whoa, good. Yeah.
Come on, keep going.
Yeah. Never heard the duck song? No. Where's the butterfly? Oh. There? Don't do that. You're gonna break things. What the heck? Dude launched. That was crazy. Nothing like a raid to start off your stream. Chillin' Thursday afternoon.
Great.
Spring is springin'. Is that what it is there? Spring? All 90 something pounds of him. It was really fun. Opposite hemisphere, still winter technically, but it's getting warmer. Finally. Ours is just going away. No. It's too soon. I haven't got to play enough golf. Been here 30 minutes and I don't even have third place. I think it's worthless. I think you get 75 XP just for showing up.
Tastes better when you hunt it yourself.
I don't think showing up early is helpful. What type of dog do you have? I have a Bernese Mountain Dog. my logo on YouTube and everything is created off of my dog. And Timber is as well. As words, man. Holy cow. Timber is his name. But, like, the whole channel was created off of him. It was the most creative thing I could think of. Tuesdays are for tours for stream. Yeah, he just wants me to look at the Discord, but... I know, Ducky, I don't see your base. What do you mean? There's nothing on Discord to look at. I don't know what to do. Giving base tour a good long thought and not keen. However, it might be beneficial to share my Grounded 1 world for a couple of extra examples if you ever want to show the benefits of off-grid stuff. I am thinking, depending on how many people want to do the base reviews and stuff every Tuesday, if we find ourselves with like a little bit of a slower week, potentially, like I've already got 2 and then potentially another one lined up for Tuesday, so I'm hoping to get a couple more because we did 6 yesterday, and my hope is that we can keep the Grounded 2 ones specifically going for a little while so I can get a couple videos out, and then if we see a lull or anything, then we will potentially do some Grounded 1 options as well, Grim. So it might be great to do that as well at some point. We can do some of the epic on-stream bases for Grounded 1 is once we start to kind of like run out of Grounded 2 reviews to do. Because Velocity wants me to review his version of the Pagoda base. It's like a full circle. Everything about this channel started because of the Pagoda base, and he was my apprentice, essentially. It's what he was calling himself. And so that'd be a fun little kind of full circle type-ish moment. And it would make sense to do a couple other ones at the same time. Why is it split and drop? I don't understand that. It's 2 as well. Your Twitch is stopped? How so? Audio, no video. Everything looks fine. It looks fine, but... what a pain. Ducky, I'm gonna keep the base reviews for Tuesday nights. So, assuming we don't have too many of them, we can do another look at yours on Tuesday night. Or if you want to just post pictures in the Discord, that'll work as well. But I kind of want to keep them all together. It's hard to like mentally jump between building my own stuff and then jumping between the reviews and all that stuff in the middle of stream. And I also deleted, after I got my footage and stuff, I removed everyone's shared worlds because it was hurting my brain. There were so many things going on. There were so many saved worlds, and then you have to create like a standard copy. So I was having 2 to 3 of everyone's worlds from yesterday, so there was 12, and then on top of that, there were all the saves from while we were in it, so I had to go through and delete everything so I wasn't laggy, so I don't have it shared as well at the moment either. Dang, that's a big dog. Yeah, he's like 95 pounds. Savage, but he... pretty small for a Bernese Mountain Dog, though. You have a Rottweiler mix with a Lab? Nice. I used to watch with my wife. We watched 4 Rottweilers that this couple owned. It was nuts. They were fun, though. One of them was not a fun dog. He was horrible. He was such an idiot. And he was horribly trained and didn't listen to anyone or anything. Just your browser? Good, good, good. Sorry, Jackson, you have 4 Doberman pinchers and 2 are pregnant. Yeah, you're saying you breed them and everything. That's pretty cool. My wife and I have thought about potentially, we would need some property and space because we don't currently have that. But we thought about the idea of breeding Bernese Mountain Dogs because we're obsessed. I think I'm going to have at least 1 Bernese Mountain Dog the rest of my life. I just can't live without them. Yeah, Lude, it might work out really well to maybe not do a full base tour video, but like throw in one really epic grounded base review night in the next couple weeks. I don't know, maybe if we do a good week next week, and then of course, depending on how excited people get about the Axle update and when that's going to be released and everything, because I think we're going to hear a date on Monday. But it could be a week, it could release that day, who knows. But yeah, that would be a perfect one to do that last tour. Like, instead of a full video dedicated to it, do a fun little grounded one thing and try to make it the most like epic between yours and Grimm's bases and then Velocity's Pagoda base. Like, that would be an epic video. That'd be a really fun one. Remember, this game is so good and so bad. Max, my biking. But what? You're blinking? You're bilking? Is that bilking? Base tours every night? I wish. But yeah, we need a lot more people to do base tours every night. If they were flooding in and there was 5-10 people every night that wanted to do it, we probably could make it happen, but we don't quite have that. We need a little more time. We've also only done it once, so I think we have a little more work to do to kind of figure out the rest of how it's going to work. Get people finding the stream a little bit more as well, I think will help. Do you, brother, but if and when you do go back in, I got just the one for you to go run around and get lost in. Honestly, I did really enjoy Loon's last night. I'm assuming you saw Loon's crazy root structure thing. That was freaking epic. And I would love to do the same thing with yours and just kind of get lost in it myself and just see what I find without necessarily being like told where to go. I think that'd actually be kind of entertaining on one of your bases because they're so big. Pretty excited to see Velocity's Pagoda as the full circle moment poetic. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. And I think he's done quite a bit of like changes and adjustments. And he'll probably tell you that it's better than mine ever was as well. So he'll enjoy that. Yeah, blinking. I got that. Don't worry. What's up, Popcorn? How's it going? Having a great day so far? Having fun? One sec, Ducky. I do see your message. Just trying to get through all these. You have so many people that wanted to replicate it. Yeah, exactly. That's why I do want to do it at some point. I just need to get one specific like Tuesday night to just run through all of them. That'd be fun. And then we could also, at the end of it, run through my bases, since that's been a while, and get some more inspiration. I think there's a lot of people on the channel that are newer that haven't necessarily seen a lot of the Grounded 1 stuff as well, so I think it'd be a lot of fun. Amongst all the trolling, yes, exactly. I also want to see you fight the Mantis tonight with the staves if you got time, just like the Nymph ones. What is that? Yeah, we can kill a Mantis. Those are easy. Easy. Yeah, Ducky. Boo. Dang spammers, man. Do I want that? I have no clue what we're doing here. I just kind of accidentally did this, and I want to see what it looks like. It's interesting. Does the apprentice surpass the master? I mean, it's not really fair. He has more experience than I do now, you know? Like, he's built a lot of pagoda bases now. I can only imagine. I hope his base is better than mine. He's built it so many times. Oh, it's not like that. How do we want to do this? I should we just see what happens.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
I don't have any clay out here. Gotta go to bed for school. Sounds good, Savage. Thanks for joining for a little bit. Appreciate it, man. I did see it. It was phenomenal. I got a lot of ideas. Yeah, I literally the whole time I was running through Loon's thing was like, this is a Ludarab base. That's all you wanted to show me, Ducky? Was you holding a dandelion tuft? I thought it was a base. Oh, your base is slightly upgraded. I did see it today, though. I joined it to do some videos recordings, and I was already impressed with the changes you made, man. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, I actually saw like probably 90% of those updates when I joined earlier today to get the last bit of footage I needed. And they're really good little additions, man. It's exactly.
Missed bug steak.
You've done exactly what I was planning, where like I give suggestions and ideas, and then you guys kind of take your own route, I guess is the best way to describe it, to get there, and it's exactly what you've done. I think it looks really good so far. Especially the little bedroom area thing looks really cool. Do you plan on covering the whole lamp? Kind of. I wouldn't say there's a plan necessarily, Jackson. For the moment, the goal is to kind of build up to this area and then utilize this space in some way, shape, or form. But we have a lot of things to figure out design-wise before we're up on the top necessarily. So we got a little ways to go. 12 hours today grinding with the boys after last night upgrading the base. Nice. Yeah, so many of the bases, and I've actually seen a couple people's today when I was reloading in. Batman, I want to say, who was it? Batman Campers, his base, or their base, was the one with like the football stadium, and they went and updated their entire, like the big front wall of the building, and I'm like, and that huge like pebble pathway that goes up, and it looks so much better already. Like, it's really good. So I'm really excited for how much people are already kind of going for it. It's really cool to see. And in different ways than I had originally seen it myself, and I like the adjustments and changes that I've already seen. So really, really well done on a couple of them so far. Ducky's being one of those as well. Bad updated to today or like last week. The buggies now only have 3 bars of inventory, so you can't dupe. Do they? Where it's at? There he is. 3 rows? What? Oh, I got a splat burst. Wow. What did you do with the wolf spider? Nothing. It just lives its life. Go to a chest. But there's no update today. Some people already found another duplication glitch from what I've seen. Check out C-Dinky or Travis Gaming. Hello? What? They posted new videos like today. Timber doesn't make plans, he claims. He's not involved in chaos, but I have like a mental plan, but it's not like, it just kind of flows out of me, where I start with an idea and then it probably doesn't ever follow that exact idea. It just loosely gives me a concept to follow, I guess. Game fun now because you can dupe. Honestly, I don't think there's any one material that I feel the need to dupe at the moment. Like, there's not enough. You can get so many of the materials that I'm kind of like, I haven't had any need for it. Whoa. Yeah, MGM, we don't actually have to really worry about the wolf spider. It does technically, like, its spawn point or hangout point is right here, but it is almost never there first. And then I think we messed its spawn up by putting this thing here, but this is not working, so I need to move this out to a better spot and actually make it the way it's supposed to be made. And then at some point we'll close this entrance in, so the wolf spider, if it does spawn in there, it'll just be trapped forever. And every once in a while it gets out, you kill it, spawns back in, and you're good for another while. But he's part of our death trap, if you didn't
tied around the muscles.
if you didn't know. If you get on the wrong side of Timber, instead of banning people from chat, I throw you down my hole of death into the spider arena, and then you have to fight the spider under the base. Is kind of the idea behind it. But yeah, essentially, Suicune, the wolf spider is almost always just wandering around. Like their roaming radius, whatever you want to call it, feels huge in this game, and I think that must be because they're like, there's only like 4 of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so they just wander constantly. They're almost never where they should be. I guess it's not where they should be, but they're never, hardly ever here. And I don't know, I don't have any issues killing them really quickly and easily anymore, so I never worry about it too much. Just, it makes you get good real fast. The hole of death, technical term now, package and send it. I'm convinced. I think it's just the hole of death. That's what I'm calling it. Oop. My mushroom farm does not work either. Yeah. I know Milton said it was working, but I don't think it is. It might be just the location I'm doing it at, though, as well. I wouldn't quote me on that or anything. You like pillars in here? Tonight is an experimenting night, for anyone that's wondering. That's pretty much the same. We're just going to be messing with this because I'm interested in how this is allowing me to do things right now. I gotta find that, like, next little design idea that we want to do here. The dungeon to your castle, exactly. That's exactly what it feels like. You have a pet spider like the masked stranger. Yeah, technically. Hers is cooler, though. Not fair. Oops.
Didn't even
I'm kind of jealous. Her spider's cooler than mine. It's also, hers is way better trained. I don't know. I didn't do a very good job. Mine just churns on its master constantly. How did these get down here? Are the clay quarter foundations not working now? These ones? I had just put them... There we go. Maybe. This was just something that accidentally happened. And while I was messing with this, I started messing with this, and also kind of liked this. And so I wanted to see, like, half and half. I don't really feel like this makes any sense, though. Like, I don't love the clay either. I don't know. I'm not... It's, like, too flat, almost. I don't know. I put them there because it was letting me, not necessarily because I wanted to. It's one of those things like, oh, I can place that. Maybe there's something there. And then I was trying to see maybe pebble foundations are the way to go. But The color doesn't match as well as maybe I'd like it to. So I'm not convinced yet. I'm just trying to really figure out what visually I like the most here. Is it just more of the pine? What other materials look good with this? I guess that was the other thing I was doing. Use my friend's old buggy for all my duping because they stopped playing, so it's not my buggy that's working freely from me. That is one way to do it, I guess. I did kind of make a checkered pattern earlier that I was kind of messing with. I forgot about that as well. I'm not a huge fan of the way the stem floors look. It's too much contrast. Some burr floors. Burr floors would look real good. Love how you put the pillars in between. Yeah, I think that could be kind of cool. Maybe do some lighting effects or something. I don't know. I was really enjoying Niall's base from last night, so it got me thinking, huh, maybe I should do something with those since I really like that look. I messed with it a lot on my other base with different materials, but yeah, I mean, that might look cool. I don't know. I think these would be really good with like little lights placed on the inside as well. Maybe that's where we mess with the, what are they? What is it called? Moldy sconce? Whatever these are. Slime mold. I always want to call them moldy for some reason. I'm like, they're not moldy. I don't know what my brain is on. Drugs? Yeah, it's just detailed now. We're just adding random details, you know? What's up, Knife? How's it going, man? Sorry I missed last trip. I didn't know you were streaming, and I didn't notice until the day after, which is today. All good, man. You missed a fun one, though, unfortunately. You really did. You did make a good one. Stop giving me ideas. You're going to make me start from scratch. Jackson, this is just where you just keep adding, man. Just keep putting stuff on there. You don't have to start over. You just got to keep it going. Find a new spot and a new way to add it. Just a little late. Sirius and Jeremy late at the same time? What were you guys doing? Taking showers and stuff? Burrs are coming. Patience, Timber. If I gotta wait on a memory update, I don't have to be patient. All right. Don't tell me how to live my life, Lude. I'm special, okay? Give me the updates. It just like doesn't fill in enough. I don't know. Maybe it's because these are pebble. I'm doing great, Sirius. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing good as well. You also fell asleep on the last stream. I was so tired after gym class. That was like the most entertaining stream we've done. That's peak content right there, man. Can't be falling asleep on the best nights. They give them to you. They gotta give them to all of us. True, exactly. I have no pull with the devs by any means, but I can try, right? You miss every shot you don't take. What do we like? I don't like how many gaps there are. I don't know. got done with work, that's why I'm late? Yeah, you work all the time. I don't expect it. What are the words I'm trying to say there? So I expect it. Unfortunately, I always start stream right as you're getting off, so all good, man. We do like more of these? Is that too much? Apparently they only want to place on the stem floors, maybe? Little clippy, maybe? It's almost a little too repetitive, though, at the same time. Just a lot of red. Said I missed the last stream, though. Yeah, it was fun. Don't worry, though. We'll do more. Had a long day, but a good day. That's all that matters, right? Day and fell asleep super early before you started the tours. All good. Great news is we're gonna do more. Yeah, I just too much of these foundations is. I wish the clay maybe had. I mean, it's realistic as clay is currently. So I guess I wouldn't necessarily change it, but I wish it had more texture. It wasn't so flat. Like, near perfectly molded. Or at least maybe if it had more of this to it. This just feels too flat compared to the rest of the materials to keep using. There might be a way to do it, but I haven't found it yet.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Yeah. What? There we go. Struggle bus, I guess. What's up, Loon? Night's going good. Just getting started, of course, so nothing too crazy, but good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Went to the park with my son for a little bit, and he poked some dog poop. So then we had to leave the park, and he was super pissed because he couldn't understand that touching dog poop is bad. So that was rough. Pretty chill day at work, so can't complain about that. Get in your home. You knew it was gonna do that. Come on. Go in your home, ball. There we go. There's some potential here. The great thing is we can build one design on this side of the base, go to a different wall and build something totally different and do a little comparison. So they're just experimenting. Oh, what did I just do? Yeah, I took everything. The clover pieces might help add some color, or maybe the milkweed rooftops, the thatch ones. Yeah, I guess so. It's not a bad idea. I'm working on my base soon to maybe get a tour of mine. Yeah, man, let's do it. I need many, many more people that are interested in doing base reviews. We gotta keep them rolling. So the more, the merrier. Yep, poke and poop, man. Freaking kids. I was riding my bike because I had ridden to the park with him. And so I was on my bike moving it because he wanted to go look at some other stuff. And on the way over to other stuff, he's like, "Ooh, what's this, Mom?" And she's like, "What do you mean, what's this?" And it was too late. The damage was done. There was no going back. Well, luckily, it wasn't like horrible. It wasn't like my dog's poops or anything. It was a small dog. But poop is poop. And everyone poops. Don't mind me and my dad moments there. Yeah, we could test the clover pieces potentially. That might be a good one. What do you do for work, buddy? You asking me? Or is that to someone else? I'm the only person to talk about work, right? Right? Build like me. Build something, step back, remove it, build something else. Took me 3 hours last night to incorporate your idea into my base. It's a good way of building, though. It is a... It's how I learned how to do architecture, is you can't just lock into something and say, this is it. Just because something looks good doesn't mean there isn't something better that you could do. And so I had that ingrained into my brain by architecture teachers just constantly going, but what if you flipped it upside down? What if you rotated it 7 degrees? What if you... There's constant change and adjustments. But it's good in one way that it's made me really good at just experimenting and being okay with that kind of process. Because I know it can be, for some people, like, the idea of restarting on things, or it's hard to take that step back and not just, good enough! My brain's always like, it's never good enough. We could always make it more interesting. I'd say, at least in my builds, there's always room for improvement. What? Oh. Ooh, piece of clay. Now, can we get out of here? I don't really want to remove stuff. Or we might never get it back. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Yeah. Jump. Come on. Let me through. Please? Purdy, please? Ah. There we go. And we probably aren't using these, so get these out of here. I want one. It is a lot of red loot. Yeah. It is a lot of loot. It's a lot of loot. It's a lot of red. Kind of why I'm like messing with foundations, throwing in some more stem stuff. I think where it's going to come to life is we need a little bit more palisades. Potentially. But yeah, sorry, Jackson. I work for an architectural site furnishings company, so we sell bike racks, benches, bollards, metal, steel fabrication stuff. So I'm technically a sales manager, is what my position's called, but it's a small company, so I do design, I do all sorts of random stuff for them. Many things. I'm a jack of all trades. Need to fill these in real fast so we don't fall into our own pit of misery. There we go. Finally got that tower done. Currently working on patterns for the wall now. Nice. Excited to see it. Definitely keep posting pictures of it. Can't wait for the handy net though. I think I'll do great with building once they add the handy net. My base is super high. Or I can't get to, so having the handy net to fly around is exciting. Yes. It just makes the difficult build situations so much more manageable, which is what I think I loved about it more than anything. And then just the fact that you're able to stand next to all your chests and always have access to them. You don't have to like, oh, let me move all my chests around. And like I have 4 chests out here, I think. Yeah, 4 chests full of stuff just to make sure I'm like able to reach all the materials at once. The handy net just removes that annoying factor really well. So you're saying I'm an honorary architect? Got it. I mean, all good. Be amazing if you could color the clay pieces. Yeah, that, like when they add mushroom, if that was another one you could color, that would be really epic. It's such an easy way to make cool bases, so hopefully there's like some type of mechanic like that. One can dream, right? Wait. I'm holding out for dice, please. Jack of all trades, master of none. I actually saw... So I've always thought of myself as a jack of all trades and master of none, and I've always seen this as like quite a negative in some aspects for myself, because it can kind of suck being like, I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not a master of anything necessarily. And I always looked at it as a negative. But if you look up the actual quote, it actually is a much more positive, has a much more positive connotation to it. I wish I could remember exactly what the quote says. But it goes on after master of none, that you're essentially better at most things than most people ever will be anyways. Because especially because of my ADHD, I just hyperfixate on new talents and things all the time. And I end up, like I taught myself how to sew a year or so ago just to work on this random idea I had. For a dog belt for walking dogs. And I was like, I want to learn how to make that because I can't find one I want online. And so I learned how to sew and designed my own belt system and made a cool belt. Or I learned how to wrap cars, or just there's a lot of randomness. And a lot of random skills. Which in the long run, it doesn't suck. It's a good thing. I wonder if maybe we like move those up one. Whoa, leg. And when I'm using grass planks and I drop it for 1 sec and then it's in the void. Yes, very true. There's a bunch of idioms like that where we evolve them into a shortened version. Yeah, exactly. Jack of all trades, a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Thank you for finding that. And doesn't that sound so much better, you know? Has a way less negative connotation to it when you're like, if you're only good at one thing, what are you good at? It would suck not to be good at a lot of things at the same time. Come on. Hello? What? Doesn't have as much definition as I thought it was going to. It's not bad. Feel like every other one, maybe? I don't know. My ADHD does the same thing. I'll pick something up super fast and just randomly. I learned some guitar, then got bored, learned how to play drums and got bored, and now I'm on piano. And I love drawing all types of arts. Yeah. Yeah, that's my biggest struggle is I have too many hobbies and things I want to do all the time. That's what, 1 over might work? And that's why the internet sucks. It just tries to ruin everything these days. Doesn't matter what you do, the internet's gonna try to find a way to hate everything you do. Is something I've also noticed. So who gives a crap? Do you? Blood is thicker than water means the opposite of its original. Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Yeah. And how true is that, too? Like, chosen family is oftentimes much more important than the, for a lot of people at least, is more important than blood family. Because I got blood relatives and stuff that I don't even know. Who knows what they're doing? That's some really weird family. Well, I'm pretty lucky though. My wife's family is pretty fun. Not that my family's not fun, but it's more so my immediate family is really fun. Gonna leave that circle logo on the lamppost visible. Contemplating it. It's not very centered, is my first concern. And there's also only one of them. So I'm also, like, the symmetry OCD designer in me is always kind of like, do you want to do that? Because it's just going to be one side all on its lonesome. Trying to think of how we can incorporate other materials here. That'd be cool if it did that. Never know. You just gotta keep messing with it till something sticks and looks right.
We could bottle that up and make a killing. Tastes better when you hunt it yourself.
Whee. I didn't make it. Needs a yin-yang design in the middle. I don't know how you'd even do that. I mean, I guess you could with, like, the thatch. It's a lot of red, though. A lot of red. How does that work? Oh, that's on the other grid. That's why that's working. Wait. That's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, that won't work. Put a vase in between the triangles. Use the stone. Don't know. That would look kind of cool if that worked. Sir? Sir? Be very, very quiet. Ah! I'm in a web. Ah! I did forget that the mantises are updated now, so they're not as buggy. Pun intended. Would you stop blocking? Wimp. got him. Where are these all? Okay, there we go. Come here, Timber.
Let's go! Help me grab this for later, would ya?
Get it all. Have too much crap. Still get stuck in midair for you? Oh, that's lame. I saw someone else fight it and it seemed to work. So I assumed. I mean, they're a lot easier to kill when they just sit up in the air and you cheese the crap out of them. So that doesn't suck. Not complaining. Just free mantis materials.
Take a breath, big guy.
Jack of all trades, one being annoying to be annoying. Three love video games. Wait, what? Jack of all trades, one being annoying, two being annoying, three love video games, and four know a lot about anime games. Anime. There you go. You confused me with your choices of 2 and 4. I was not reading those as like bullet points.
Take your best shot, Bugs.
What? Guess that's another thing. We could like switch up one of these instead of just using pine. Yeah, I didn't think these were all gonna line up the way my brain was seeing that. All my goofy snap points. I have so many grids going on, I don't actually know which is which. What? The heck? English, not English. English, not Englishing.
A fine
Sometimes.
piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
My brain decides randomly that it doesn't want to function too, so. Text-to-speech is the worst thing ever made. My mom's... Or, dude, why can't I? My wife's mom does text-to-speech all the time. And it is the worst. Dude, we have so many grids just colliding into weirdness here. Yeah, how many different grids am I working with? I don't really know at this point what is what. Because, I mean, we have a grid here. We have a grid here. And then there's a grid here. And then these are on their own grid for the inside. I don't think we're using that grid on this. But I think the way these are working is because they're attaching to the grid on this side. Whereas the other stuff is on the grids that match these walls. I don't know. It's weird. That's the fun part about grids, though, is you can just do weird things. Grid these real fast. What? You really never know what you're, once you start getting weird grids going, you can just start doing craziness. And it doesn't even really matter at that point, like, what grid you're connecting to. You just kind of do whatever looks cool. Would you take a chill pill? Go do something else. It's like having a 2-year-old, man. You're right on your heels the whole time. Me using text-to-speech. You should already be used to text-to-speech with your mother-in-law. That's the thing, though, is you don't get used to it. It's not like, oh, yeah, I totally understood that. It's like, what? What was that? My brain doesn't think like that? What could we add on top of these? That runs into the same issue. Okay. Could be interesting, I don't know. Yeah, that's where like these want to be the same thing as well. Hey. One of these. Grid, 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 grid. Yeah, that would sum it up pretty well. You hit the nail on the head there. It's just grids. Once you grid, you just grid, you know? It's just kind of how it works. Once you go off grid, you never go back. How could you? This is way more interesting than any other standard grid build. Just the endless opportunity, you know? And you always have to make sure that you got a big old pile of junk that's being stacked into a junk tower. That's probably one of the tips that I should add to my top 10 build tips, because if you're not doing it, what are you doing? You always have to just have a garbage pile of just random things that you're not using anymore stacked on top of each other. Once you multi-grid, you never single grid again. Yes. It's just boring. It's that like, once you see it, you can't go back. You can't. Wait. The heck did I just move? Summer don't go. Looky at the Discordy. Yeah, man. I don't even think you need my help anymore, dude. You got it. You got it figured. Wait, those are not what I was trying to build. You've grasped the concepts quite well, Ducky. Believe in yourself. You got it from here. I like the changes, though. Very similar to what I was thinking. I have a pile of junk just like that. I'm surprised you didn't see it. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice it, now that I think about it. I was too busy looking at all the other really cool random things in the base to get distracted by junk. Do you like my emote? What is it? It's so tiny. Those like maracas? So many triangles. So the question is, do we build these up more? Like... Oh, look what you've done, Timber. Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it! This one. even what I wanted to move. Hey. There we go. Sorry, can we chop these yet? Like, and burn it down? I don't want it. I want it gone. My aunt, chop it up. Ah, it's a bee. That makes more sense. You got a lot of bees there. Holy cow. Who's making all these bee emotes? And like having these a little smaller and then cool designs back behind it would, I think, will look nice. I think. Zunder, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. I should have a sub to them. It's where the best stuff comes. Your base outer wall will make someone who suffers from trigonophobia shit themselves. Luckily, I'm not worried about it. I find immersion therapy to be quite effective. Back in my day, if you were scared of spoilers, you just got thrown in the deep end. That's not right. What the heck am I doing? How did this work? Whoa. Womp womp. What's up, Knife? Now he's on Twitch. Let's go. He's got a big old octopus. How do we do this? So it starts. Actually, I took that down and I want to do this one. Sink or swim, baby. That is the dude, come on. There we go. Often how it works, you know. Well, my dad liked to teach me. It wasn't bad. My sis learned how to swim, but getting thrown in the water. Nice. That's how my parents' Yorkie learned how to swim on my watch on accident. I was standing next to some water, and I slipped in the muddy bank and tossed this little like 5-pound Yorkie up into the air and just splashed in the water. Really threw her in the deep end on accident. Complete accident. But it was a little comical. I felt really bad for a second, and then she was loving it, so then it wasn't that bad. Only had to feel bad for a second, though, luckily. She doesn't have scar tissue. My dog has scar tissue from water. This, the 90-pound Bernese Mountain Dog. They had, like, we went to this 1,000-acre dog park, and they had just dredged kind of a new canal out to make it better, because it was kind of weird and the water was really bad in a certain area of this massive 1,000-acre dog park. And he being, he was a little over a year maybe at that point, full sprint, sent it, thinking that the water was just like something he could walk on, and he just went off this edge straight 5 feet to the bottom. So I had to jump in and save him, because he was lost, and drag him out. It's like, what a goofball. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And this is why I really like messing with symmetry a little bit. specifically because we can go onto this side and completely change the design and kind of compare them without just having to redo and undo everything over and over again. Wish I could copy and paste a section of the base. There is potentially, let me double check. On the grounded 2 road map, if I'm not mistaken, come on. If it's ever going to load, hold on, sorry. I can't spelled. We need darker floors, yes. We'll get burr eventually, I'm pretty sure, so. We'll get there. Did your doggy have 2 IQ? I'm pretty sure he's always had 2 IQ. He's just a big bumbling idiot. And that's why I love him. Dude, why? Apparently, it can't do anything today. But what I was going to say is, I think on the roadmap, there is something about moving bases or base moving. God, I really want to find the roadmap. I know I saved it somewhere. Where though? Pfft, nobody knows. Those aren't it. Where did I save this? Videos. Oh. Gosh dang it. Precedent images? Aha! Okay. Let's see. Watery bases. Furniture. Base moving. Don't know what that is. Customization. Don't know what that is. But at some point, we're getting something that will allow us to move bases. Whatever that means. The only thing I'm waiting for is right here. I need some of that. I need that real bad in my life. I really want to know what the heck this is as well. Building grid. Nobody knows. But man, I want it all. I want it all. We need straight floors. All floors are weirdly shaped and the edges don't form straight lines. Makes it hard to build different grids that will line up. Yeah, that's why with the floors I used burr floors typically in the first game, of course. But that was a very nice little feature to have, for sure. We'll get them eventually, but yeah. Not soon enough. Just have to be patient and mess with things I haven't messed before and be okay with that. I don't want to be, but you have to be. Now it feels like this one's this on this side too, though. Which I don't think works quite as good. Let's see. Maybe works. Oh, there. It might not suck. Kind of messes up my little design thing here, though. Which I kind of like. Missing a lot from grounded for stuff to build with. Yeah. It'll be worth it because I think we're getting... The way that the roadmap lays out the building stuff I'm pretty confident that there's going to be some pretty big changes to the way building works or functions. I'm not sure the best way to describe what it is that's going to happen since we don't have any information, but I think very likely we get some large changes to everything. Did you look into Twitch why our little helmets are broken? It's just a Twitch thing. It said it was just like a glitch, where like the next stream it should be fine, and I have no clue why. I cannot understand it. Because like if you look at everything, it all works. Like it's all showing up. On my rewards, emotes. Which one is it? Alerts? Analytics? No. Content, monetization, subscriptions. Yeah, like it shows sub badges to wear in chat to show how long you've been there. 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, 6 month, the 1 year. It has all of them there. But I cannot figure out why. Like everything's there, right? That's what I can't figure out. Maybe that'll do it. Try refreshing. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know. I don't know. I just work here. Yeah, they show up in the managed sub. It's all there, just not in chat. Yeah, I don't. What would OBS do, though? I don't know. Sorry, would you be cool if they introduced a die mechanic? Could like grind bugs to get it and allow to change colors of pieces? Yeah, we actually talked about that a little earlier. I would absolutely love that. I think that would be an awesome addition. Especially because it's so simple. Like it's just a simple, easy. Not saying the coding part of it's easy, but easier than maybe some of the other difficult things out there is adding dyes and stuff. So yeah, I think that would be a really nice welcome change. Because all I ever want is more. I just want more materials, more things to mess with. And so even if it's just a color, that's new content, new things to build with, new pictures and cool things that you can make. So I would be all for any type of brick or block customization. Of any kind. Not OBS breaking, I just mean stream issues as a whole. Yeah, I don't know. I sent a pic of my base in progress. Promise to keep it to yourself. It's a secret. So much detailing to do, just an exterior of my base to pass time. Yeah. I mean, the only things I share is when people tell me to, so you got nothing to worry about. I won't ruin it for you. Wait. Is this... Dude.
Let's go!
Go anywhere but right
shot.
next to me.
Catch you on the flip side, player.
Want someone else to enjoy it? I mean, I think everyone would enjoy it. Isn't centered. It is, but it isn't. What is off? Are these too far? Is that what's happening? It's gonna be painfully difficult to replicate this goofy little thing I did on every corner. Put a stone quarter foundation on the top of the wood pillars, like these ones. We have to get rid of these. I admire your work. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, so. I'm gonna have to like re-watch my stream on how I even created this monstrosity. Things are too complicated for my own good. In the end, I'd enjoy it. Is that another thing to farm dye materials? Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is it's like, it's just bug pieces, right? So it just is another thing we get to mess with. I don't think it's gonna like these. Except for that one, and it's not centered. World isn't ready for my base. I think the world was born ready. This is what they've been waiting for. Can you make a HOH? Like a Hall of Heroes? No 10,000 channel points? Please explain. Yeah, too many snap points. Just a couple. Just a couple too many snap points, you know? That's okay though. So this is matching that. We just need to move this over. Think. I stink. I stink. I stink. You're saying that's not 10,000 points? What are you wanting it to be then? I guess. You have the most unique base I've seen so far. I'd hope so. It's all built off grid, so it's pretty hard to have something more unique. There are not very many people that build off grid or know how to. Until we make a guide on it. Then everyone will know. 2,500? That's too little. The whole idea of the Hall of Builders thing was that it's meant for people who are supporting the channel. So people who are subbing on Twitch or YouTube, and they get a special shout out for that. And so if you're you can also support the channel by just watching the stream, of course. And so that was why the 10,000 point thing became a thing. So it offers people that are here all the time the ability to get into those like build showcase things that we don't even have one for Grounded 2. That was more of a Grounded 1 thing until we get further along with the bases, of course. 5,000? How many points do people have, honestly? Just another reason to go farm like snails for ooze or something. Yeah, I think it'll something like that would be a good addition. Yeah, see, Grim's got 50k. You just gotta chill here a little bit more, Ducky, that's all. You just want it now. You have to earn it. With blood, sweat, and tears. What's up, Roy? How's it going? It's one of those things. It feels better when you earn it, you know?
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Plus, I don't have anything to, like... There is no Hall of Heroes or Hall of Builders at this moment, so it would be pretty anticlimactic for you to just get it. I have a massive 300. You're on your way, Roy. You're on your way. It adds up quick, though. Keep chilling and enjoying the building. Yeah. Or just leave the stream open and go do other things. You'll get the points eventually. Okay, so this needs to go. Wondering what's your total playtime. According to Steam, it says 164 hours. I think we were at like 130 days in the game so far, if I am not mistaken. I'd say Steam numbers are always a little iffy. But I leave the game open a lot, just like filming and doing random things, so it's not always necessarily the most accurate count ever, but best you got, right? Can't really do too much else. I don't know if there's a better way technically to find anything, that information. Watching on YouTubes? Yeah. It seems like that's the way to go. I mean, the vast majority of people that watch the streams are on YouTube. Twitch is sort of like just a courtesy thing. It's nice because it's just extra views, extra everything, but it seems to be that the majority of people enjoy YouTube these days, even though I was always watching on Twitch. Still watch most of the stuff on Twitch. You would triangle walls, lift the other one up more. Saying these? Like this one? Up more? You do get more ads. Or you can just throw down a Twitch Prime. Stick it to Jeff Bezos.
I need a rock for a sip of water right now.
Toss in one of those Twitch Primes. Take Amazon for everything they're worth. Then no ads.
We could bottle that
Assuming
up.
you have Amazon Prime, of course. Of the spot you're building in, the spiders don't spawn inside.
Man, I
guess it depends on what you call inside. We have our like main area on the inside here, and then the wolf spider lives right here. But I think because I built this, he hasn't been able to. He just hasn't come back. He decided like, well, he stole my home, so I'm out of here. He's on to bigger and better things. But eventually, when we build this wall, we'll just trap him underneath, and then this is the death hole for people in stream that act badly. Instead of getting banned, you get thrown to the wolf spider with no weapons. Now fight him with your fists and no armor. Might give you a shield, but even that might be excessive. But yeah, Gavriel, I hope that's how you say your name. That's a difficult one. That's a difficult name there. Yeah, I really like the spot. It's been a lot of fun to build on so far. Stuck. I did stream on both platforms last night and got more ads. Sorry. Is that Twitch Prime? You get a Twitch Prime if you have an Amazon Prime account. So it's like, I think Amazon Prime's $20 a month or something along those lines. And so you just have to connect your Amazon Prime, or if your parents, someone in your family has one, you can connect their Amazon Prime account to your Twitch, and then you just get a free sub every month that you can give to one person. Which I highly, highly suggest to people, even if it's not for me. Just giving people the subs for free is the way to go. I always try to do like one of the smaller streamers I watch every month. Anytime I can, just throw out a little support here and there. You have a Rancor pit, like from Star Wars. Exactly. You know what I'm going for. You get it. You see the vision. It's a horrifying vision, but I think it'll be fun. Twitch is always shoving those Prime advertisements at me. Don't even have it in New Zealand. Nice. Does it give less money to the streamer than just a sub? I think it's equivalent to like the lowest tier sub. So it would be less than a tier 3 or whatever, but still better than nothing. And plus, if you're paying for Amazon Prime, like, it's free to you. So no matter how much money goes to me or whoever you sub to with your Twitch Prime, it's free. So anything's better than nothing when you're taking profit margins from billion-dollar companies. Is it this? I think these are throwing me off. Your outside wall is far more intricate and aesthetically pleasing than my entire base. I mean, we've been working on it for a long time, so it's only interesting because we've spent hours and hours designing this small amount of stuff. I build pretty slow until we get to portions that are like replicatable. I'd say I'm a fairly methodical and slow builder because I really like getting the details just right. But once you have the design figured out, just copy it. Makes it real easy. What else can you get from Prime? Thought it was just for online shopping. I don't shop online much, so I can't really justify getting Prime unless there's more benefits than just Amazon shopping. It's like the main part of it. I think you get, like, yes, it's like the 2-day shipping and stuff, and then
Now that's correct.
you get access to like some free movies and shows and stuff because Amazon has their own
Tastes better when you hunt it yourself.
streaming platform, so you get some access to that. You might get like music as well, but unless you're utilizing Amazon for a lot of things, I wouldn't go out of your way to get it. It's not worth getting Amazon Prime just for the free subs by any means. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, that's built right. And 1. Then next to this.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
It's more so one of those things. I feel like a lot of people, like, for a long time, my parents had Amazon Prime while I was like in college and stuff, before my wife and I got our own lives together and all that. But I just connected my parents' Amazon Prime account to my Twitch to get the free sub. You don't get anything else for connecting it on Twitch other than the sub. So it's not like you start spending crazy amounts of money or weird things like that necessarily. Why does this hurt my brain? Get this. So 1, 2, 3 down from this thing. And then this is also where the handy net is like best thing ever created. Just makes life so easy. You don't have to fly back and forth. You just or jump around and copy things. Yeah. Oh. Let me up. It's pretty centered. Hard part about third person is everything looks slightly centered, but not at the same time. Might have to like take out this bottom level or something. It's a lot. There's something interesting happening here. Where we definitely need just like the contrast more of like how the front looks currently. It's not so much red. I think we went maybe a little overboard on all of these like red stick looking pieces. It's like it's not bad, but it could be better. Could absolutely be better. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are you on the map? We're in the lamp post next to the picnic table. The build is the lamp post. It's like inside it and everything. What? Wow, you guys are laggy. I heard another one. Where'd it go? Butterfly murdering spree. They're driving me insane. No, not my pallet. Rude. Oh, he didn't even hurt it. Easy game, easy life. Maybe I can sub to you maybe tomorrow. No worries, man. Don't ever feel obligated to sub. It's very much appreciated, but it is not required. Hence the reason I added that option for the Hall of Builders with 10,000 channel points, so people could still... Just being here supports the channel in general, so it's not like... You don't have to have subs to still grow, necessarily. Okay, so this connects to that wall, if I'm not mistaken. Just made a massive slide. Wait. This one? This one. Yes, if you're a sub, you would get in the Hall of Heroes or the Hall of Builders. Can we call it the Hall of Heroes? I can't even remember. Oops. Can't see it in mod mode. Corner of your base looks like big organ pipes. Yeah, that's true. They're kind of meant to be these, like, evil tall pillars, but organ pipes is also similar. I'm cool with it. It's not that. What was it connected to? This? We need one of these, I think. Now that'll work. Aha! Figuring it out. Little by little, little by little. The good old master builders. Yeah, master builders. That was like, you would get a special. So you get a chest in the first grounded game. We had a massive temple that just had chests surrounding the entire thing. It's huge, which you can see if you look at my sandbox base tour. Well, like I spent 3,000 hours building this base in grounded video. You'll see in there we built a massive temple, and that is what the Hall of Builders was. And so if you were a master builder, you just got slightly more stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, while also figuring out how this build works. Yeah, you got slightly more interesting perks. So you had it, instead of just a standard, instead of a pine cone chest, you got like stuff in it, and you could like customize something specific about it. It's been a minute. It's hard to remember. I haven't been in that build in a while now. Okay, that starting to work. And I'll go my way. Hey. Oh, you unlocked. I was like, that's a sub emote. How did you get that if you're not subbed? I forgot you could like customize your things. But now you're further away from getting your channel points. Gosh dang it. The worst part about using all these triangles is it's just a slide. Slide of doom. You make it pick its nose? You're booping my dog's nose? You're just gonna unlock all the emotes? That's one way to do it. Can't fault you there, ducky. I definitely don't love the bottom. I like the ideas that we have going on maybe on this level. I'm not in love with what's happening here. It's just missing something. Like the roof pieces are too big as well. And they're just, the scale's not right for what I'm trying to build. I know Ace had mentioned using these earlier. They had like corner stuff that might do it, but I have no clue what's happening here, but my inclination is when you find weird things, just do it. Just do it, as Nike always says. And then it won't let you do it. You do something else. It's like half of them want a place where I want them to, and half of them have no interest in doing that right now. Oh, man. A lot of the times when you're messing with grids and stuff like this, it is just struggle through. Eventually, you'll get it something placed the way you want it to, and it'll work. Is that better than this, though? My milkweed's too far away. That's the tree blocking this one. Wouldn't necessarily say that looks better, though. It looks something. It definitely looks like something. Need to grab some of that stuff. What are you doing over here? Yeah, get out of here. Leave, butterfly. I haven't messed with the thatch roof stuff very much, so could be interesting. Hard part is I'm not building roofs on my base. It has a built-in roof, so it's one of those things where it's kind of weird to mess with these. I don't love it. I don't necessarily hate it. I do have a weed chest, yes. Oops. Oh, dang it. Can I do this, though? No? Maybe? Maybe that'll do it. Give the same effect. Yeah, that'll work. You know, that is something... 1 second. I meant to add this as a pinned comment. But for people who were not here yesterday, we've started a new little stream trend. And we're doing base reviews on Tuesday nights. So Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when we start stream. Tour Tuesdays are now a thing. If you are interested in having your base reviewed by myself, and it's lighthearted, it's fun, just helps people build. It's not like a serious, horrible thing or anything. But it is a little fun thing that we did last stream, and I think everyone really enjoyed it. And I want to make sure people know that everyone has a chance to do that. Oops. Let's make this a pinned comment for everyone. That'll work. Maybe? No? Too many words. Why? Why is there a limit? Rude. Right, bear with me here for a second. Yes, Ducky was on it last night. It was great. We had a lot of fun with it, though. Very good time. And I want to make sure everyone has a chance to go and do that as well themselves, because I think there's a lot of potential. It was really fun seeing inspirations from different people's designs. Live on stream, offering advice for people who want it, or other people that are more finished and have more completed bases. We just had a little bit more fun just chilling in them, and I still offer some tips and tricks and ideas that could potentially be added or adjusted in base designs. And we just had a grand old time. Biggest stream I've ever had as well, by a long shot. I was kind of blown away at how insane the stream was. It was like 340 something people at one point. So it was very exciting. And so yeah, every Tuesday we will be doing Tour Tuesdays on the streams, and then afterwards I will make them into a video. And assuming everyone that does them wants to be in a video, or is okay with that, I can do them completely anonymous as well. They don't have to be something where I announce everything and no one's judging anyone or anything specific on their base designs. It's just a good time. It allows people to kind of get some inspiration for different builds, and even some of the smaller bases that we looked over yesterday were really cool. I think everyone has something unique and interesting that they can add. So it will be something really fun to do moving forward. And we already have potentially 3 shown to do on Tuesday the... What's the date of Tuesday? Let's see. The 3rd. No, the 2nd. Sorry. September 2nd is the next one. Yeah, Ducky, if you put in some good work, man, I would show it again as soon... as long as there's not, like, a ton of people that want to do it. I want to make sure everyone gets a chance first. But as of right now, we could probably do updated base tours as well. Especially if you can change a lot, so it's not looking at the same thing or anything. 3rd for me. Oh, yeah. 3rd for you. I don't love these. I don't know. Put me in the video, I don't mind. I've also updated it. If there is room next week, I'll show progress. Sounds good. Yeah, we got through 6 of them during stream, so that felt like a pretty good amount. Wasn't like too overwhelming where like just got a little too insane. 6 felt like probably a max. Especially because probably spent a hair too much time in everyone's, just kind of like screwing around, figuring out what I'm going to do. So we'll get more efficient as well as we keep moving. And that way it keeps it fresh, so it can become something content for the channel that's like a weekly thing. Because I would say that's one of my biggest issues right now is I don't have consistent content at all. Everything just kind of comes when it comes. We're consistently streaming, but we're not necessarily consistently uploading anything. I would very much enjoy adding some of that consistency back. Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. And that's right on the edge, yeah. That feels right. This one's not lined up quite right, but that might just be me doing a bad job. Oh, that was it. Okay, that works. It was me doing a bad job. I was the last time, so I should be the first this time. You wait your turn, Ducky, alright? I know you're excited. We gotta give everyone a chance and share. Then I think we need one of these in here every time. There we go. Gives us time to soak in, spitball ideas, and chat about things. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the goal is that people start seeing these videos potentially weekly. If in a perfect world, I would get this down to a science where we have a single base review video every week. Would be a perfect situation, which I think is very possible if I can kind of figure out the formatting and get a consistent editing system put together for how I'm gonna lay the videos out, I guess. But the nice thing specifically about them is that we get to make the majority of the content on stream. So it's not this like me trying to find hours and hours and hours of time to record videos, which I just don't necessarily have at the moment with a full-time job and a child and a wife and 2 dogs. And try to have somewhat of a social life, but iffy there. Just a little bit, I guess, but why did CC show? What is CC? Ooh, CC. Come in here, Timber. I need you vacuum mode.
Roadster of the bug world.
I will say,
My heart is pumping.
one of the best things about the buggy. Vacuum mode. I don't have a macro like see-through to pick up all the stuff, but I got a buggy. Get out of my way. Subtitles? I don't have subtitles. You have subtitles. It's not like I make the subtitles either. That's AI. You get everything? Yes. But yeah, the hope is that we can just continue doing those weekly on Tuesdays, and we just get as many people as possible showing off their bases and stuff. I really, really liked the format of it. It was a lot of fun, so it also kind of gives me a bit of time to take a break from my builds, which is really nice to do every once in a while, especially while I'm still kind of messing with the build system in Grounded 2 and figuring out how I like these new pieces, and
didn't even need instructions.
Gives me time to take a break from just building insane stuff all the time, which I think is a very big positive. Ensures that I don't get like burnt out on my own designs, which has happened. So behind that, I don't know if you read my chats. No, I was semi-reading them. I'm slightly confused on what you're saying as well. Didn't fix the lagging. I might be lagging a little bit too. It's always possible. I want to get stuck in this and climb up underneath it like a spider. Why do you only get stuck on the bottom? Or on the floor part of it? Riddle me that, devs. No comprende. This base is going to get tall enough, I'm going to have to start stealing see-through's build hack. Whoa, yeah, that's lag. I'm going to go back to the main menu. I feel I'm getting a little bit of a memory leak there. So before we crash or anything, just make a save and go back. Still lagging. Well, no one else is chatting, so I don't know if everyone else is having the issue. It's why? No. Devs, please. Why me? Everything moved. Literally every single piece moved. The frickin' everything. Gosh dang it. That is such a bummer. Oh. Oh no. I'm so sad. Mom, I don't want to fix it. And now we're in a hole. Why do the devs hate me so? But my question is, where the heck did all the floors go? Are they in each other? Like they just disappeared. Normally they like rotate and then go back into something else. No, reloading the save will not work here. Unfortunately, this is a glitch. A long running glitch that Grounded 1 had, and Grounded 2 still seems to have.
Piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
I don't even remember what the heck this looked like, dude. Crap. Game keeps crashing OBS for me for some reason. I haven't had any issues with OBS. Got some crashes here and there, but nothing too crazy, honestly. The majority of things feel pretty well fixed. This specifically has been an issue that's been in the game since Grounded 1. Sadly. For some reason, the triangular pieces, quarter pieces, those different things do this. Now I got like... figure out where the heck these things rotated. I am quite used to this glitch. It sucks. It is one of those really frustrating ones that you just can't do anything about till they end up fixing it again. Luckily, it's from my experiences, this is something that happens one time. So as soon as you fix a block, it doesn't do it again, but you never know. It's a weird one. What the heck? Where did that go? Rude. Does the gods say do it better? Apparently. No issues over here. Stream is a-okay. Sounds good. Love watching it while I wake up, getting ready for work. Building and games is a passion of mine. Welcome in. Glad you're enjoying it. You're in the right place if you like building. That's all we do on this channel. We play games poorly, I guess, at sometimes as well. It's not just building. We die. We die a lot. The computer's really just hanging on. I feel so. That is probably more what is going on. Could be. The performance issues will get fixed over time, though. It's unfortunately one of the parts of early access as well, is that
bottle that up and make a killing.
They fix things and then they add new stuff and break more things, and so on and so forth. So it's
man, I missed
one of those you can't really avoid. Put all these bug parts away. Yeah, base code is essentially the same. They mostly fixed it in Grounded 1, though, so I am slightly surprised that it still is an issue. Because it was an issue more so before the 1.4 update. Felt like it had been fixed. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't remember how this went. Dude, wow, these got jacked. How? Gonna be interesting. Well, I did say I didn't really like the bottom of this, I guess, so there's that. Know how to make my ladders and my base better, maybe with not ladders. I hate ladders. The only place I use ladders is in locations that I find, like, the perfect example is Nile's base from last night. That is where I like using those ladders. It's more of a decoration piece, less of a... Holy cow. Less of a functional piece, more of a decoration piece is how I like them. Yikes. Ported over the unedited version without those fixes and then failed to put them back. That would make sense. My luck, my luck. I'm used to it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm used to it. Just the game saying, try again. Something magic may happen. Except naturally, these don't want to go back in the same spots they were in. They definitely were better centered than that. That's why you stopped your treehouse base? Yeah, it happens. Amazing base, man. I'm farming gold cards at 48 of 50. Wow. It's a good work. I still have a lot of gold cards left. Yeah. I have a lot of gold cards left.
These last 2 years. Prove me wrong.
Too many gold cards left. But we got nothing but time. Yeah, part of early access. That's why I'm not mad at it. Like, I fully expect these things to happen as part of my building experience. And I've dealt with exponentially worse in the first game, so I'm used to it. I had some crazy things break in the first game that really sucked. Except now my brain is struggling to put this stuff back. Hardest part's just remembering how everything was rotated. And why, like, that one's fitting where it's supposed to and this one's not. Ah, that's why. That's where all this... I thought I was missing a couple clay foundations. They all rotated back underneath. That makes sense. That's why things aren't placing right now. Okay. We have to redo the floors. What? You're not supporting anything. It was supporting things. You never played the first one? Oh man, play the first one. Please, please, please play the first one. Especially because we have nothing but time in early access, so it's so good.
Didn't even need instructions.
It will make you love the second one even more. Something silly's happening here. Fill it in later. First grounded is incredible. When you fight the Broodmother, you'll have heavily love the game. Yeah, I love everything about the first game. It was so fun. I have 3,000 hours in the first game, so if not more. think I have to move this piece to get this one to place. You know you want to. Grr. That's the worst part about these rotation things, is that a lot of the times you get pieces that are now sitting in other pieces, and so it can really mess with things. That's just that. Play Grounded 2 with your daughter? That's awesome. Cannot wait until my son's old enough to play. It'll be really fun. He's only 2 right now, so... Ah. Dang it. Yeah, see, there's all these, like, pieces now inside the base. Gotta love it. Decided I'm getting bored of 2, but would be okay if I could build, but I'm waiting until the additional stuff gets added before I go nuts. I build huge bases like this in 7 Days to Die all the time. Yeah, then if you want more Grounded, but Grounded 2 isn't it for you yet because of the early access and everything, I would very, very highly recommend Grounded 1. Because it's this, but with more stuff at the moment. Come on, there we go. It's awesome how much you can build without limits, yeah. Especially when you start doing stuff like this too, where like I'm very much so building in ways that the game doesn't necessarily intend. Alright, I'm like half tempted to load a save and see if we can do something, because that sucks. I'm gonna try it. Everything broke. If I have to redo it, I have to redo it, but I'm gonna try. Even if this means we have to redo a little bit. That was a lot of breaking. Yes, this is in the lamppost. Here, the one next to the picnic table. Nope, it's the same. Dang it. Yeah, it's just the save when you load anything. Frick. That sucks. Really bad. And now I'm just redoing what we just did, of course, so it's even worse. Played 7 DTD for 7 Days to Die. I know perfectly well what you're on about when it comes to building in it. Built some insane stuff there myself. Nice. I've never played 7 Days to Die, so I wouldn't quite know. 7 Days to Die has been my main game. Main 2 games in 10 years. Nice. The amount of hours I spent in either is crazy. That is Grounded for me. Big time. Frick, this sucks. Alright. I'm just gonna delete stuff. Be easier to build from semi-scratch. I think. I hope. Get everything out of my way and try to rebuild off of an image in my head. Who likes redoing things you've already done? I didn't even like that design anyways, guys. It's fine. It's fine. And I hated it. I didn't hate it. I was liking some of that. cleaning up a mess simulator now. Just get these out of the way. I very much enjoyed Enshrouded building as well. That's been a fun one. I definitely haven't put anywhere near the amount of time into Enshrouded that I have Grounded, but... Oh, I am full. Put my stuff away. Sure, glass and metal will be added just because of all the tiers of the Omni tool. I think that'd be really cool. I was thinking that a really cool material would be... It's not glass, but we get ice shards, and so we could make like stained ice as a an interesting build item that I think would be really cool. Just use the ice shards as a cool option to make, even if it's more of like an opaque option. It doesn't necessarily have to be like legit windows or anything, but I think that'd be kind of cool. Be a lot of fun. And I always thought metal would be interesting with like rust as well. It's not technically metal, so I guess, I don't know, it might be weird, but I will take any and every new build material that they want to add. I don't care what it is. I just want it. They can add it all.
My troops will pay you a visit.
And I'll find a way to have fun
I
with
hope
it.
you'll put up a fight.
Plastic for windows, that technically would work, yeah. Then you just have to figure out what are the other purposes and uses. It feels like the majority of items in the game are sort of dual purpose in some way. Okay. Like how only part of it ruined this time. It's not like exactly the same things got messed up.
Straight up turning into Max Jerky. Yeah.
Water. You can see metal coming with all the coins lying around. That'd be interesting. How do you harvest that, though?
Now that's
I guess if your Omni
fresh.
tool gets advanced enough, maybe?
Tastes better.
Nothing like a
Better yourself.
nickel base. I'd take it, though. There aren't really any, like, shiny, reflective type materials, so that could be interesting. Oh, it's a bee. Scared me. Sounded like a scorpion for a second. I got nervous. Not that they're that hard to kill or anything, but... Yeah, tier 5 material. If they make it, the builders will come. Thank you, Dragon, for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good one. What? We start here and see if we can remember how the heck this all went together.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
What are you supporting? If that makes sense. Give me that. Is that weird? And these are all flipped. Come on. And then upside down piece. Okay, then these were all like this. The nice thing is once you figure out like how the pieces were flipped, it's a little easier. Because they all are semi-consistent in the way they do this stupid glitch. So at least there's like the smallest amount of consistency with it. Yeah, the greenhouse is going to be awesome. The Swiss Army knife, it can do anything. True. True. I don't see the US letting us do that. What do you mean? Which part? Toronto. Welcome in, Robert. Welcome in. I don't even need flying tames. I want the handy gnat. That is all I want. I want my handy gnat back. That's all I need in life. I feel like I'm missing a piece there. Watching from New Zealand? Nice. I'm surprised at how many people from like Australia, New Zealand and stuff find this channel. Quite a few. Quite impressive. Playing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game. Yeah, essentially. That is a big inspiration of the game, according to the devs. There's my other ones. Here they are. Sorry if this is a horrible viewing experience for the next minute or two while I get all these things stuck out of the floor. The mining of US coins. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can do whatever we want, you know? That'd be the least of my concern. What are they gonna do? I just look like an ant, right? They have no clue. What are they gonna do? Shrink me down to the size of an ant? Now let's fix, save, and reload. Ugh. I wouldn't call it fixed yet. We got some work to do. I still have a lot of things that are clipping through here, weirdly. As far as I understand, I don't think there's any way to, like, fix this glitch necessarily. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yeah, that's alright. Hey, you're supposed to give me the stuff back. Oh no, don't get stuck in the hole. Where'd my clay go? Working on a treehouse? Nice. If you're new here and you're not part of the Discord, make sure you join the Discord and you can post your bases in the chats, or we also have a build inspiration page that you can post your builds in and kind of keep everyone updated on different things. That is something you're interested in, of course. I used to unlock a random sub emote 2 times and it unlocks the same emote both times. I got scammed. There's only 2 sub emotes. The other 2 I have is like just basic channel emotes that anyone can use. It's just the build king and we build not battle options. Does that look like it's not lined up like it once was? Yeah, anyone posting stuff. If you also want to do base reviews, check out the pinned comment as well, as we are doing base reviews on Tuesdays moving forward now, where we live view and wouldn't necessarily call it rate people's bases, but we view them and I offer tips and tricks that I find, and I can answer questions if someone feels like their base isn't up to what they're looking for and they'd like some help with it, or just showing off your bases to the community as well. And it was a lot of fun. It's like, what the heck, where'd that go? Oh, I called him, he's coming. We have one of the sub ones because I got it 2 times. I guess that is the struggle of random. Surprising that that's allowed in the code, though. Allowed in the code. Felt like I butchered that. It is slightly surprising that it allows you to get the same one.
Take your best shot, Bugs.
I heard you were getting on See-Through's nerves today, Shikaka. I was laughing. I was like, I don't know, he's fine in my chat. He just wants to troll a little old See-Through. Come on. Can I have my points back? I don't know how to do that. Okay, so then we had... He's my buddy. See-Through's a good guy. He's fun. He's the reason everyone in this chat currently is in this chat is because of See-Through, so... Without See-Through, I would not do what I'm doing right now, so... No, I don't care. Mess with them. More power to you. I have my own Shikaka. Oh, I knew that was going to be crazy. There's no way that should be connecting those for some reason. Weird.
Didn't even need instructions.
My Shikaka is crazy. Kind of crazy. I won't ban you. You're good. Did I not place this already? What? There we go. Yeah, I think I gotta move that as well. Everyone has their own random person in their chat that just messes with them, and that's their life goal. You threw guys too positive for me? If you don't like positivity, go watch Mediocre Milton. I've been laughing at all his content because he keeps talking about wanting to not be so frustrated and like have negativity in his thing, and then he always gets pissed off again, and I'm like, can't help but giggle. No. Not that it's a bad thing. We all struggle with those things that we're like get stuck on. You can't get past. So I find it's always a good time, good little laugh. Now, why does that feel? It's like everything like shifted. Figure out what changed here, because that was not covering that up before. I slightly placed them offline or something. I don't want to cover up this little design. What is it? That's what's weird. Why is this up? Give him positive criticism on his base. Nice. Milton banned me because I disagreed with him in a video. That's always funny. Maybe that's the father and architect in me, like. Although I take everyone in chat's suggestions and ideas and stuff like seriously, and I always listen to them. Like, I've done enough design work in terms of architecture and just design in general in life that I no longer give a crap. Like, someone could tell me I've got the dumbest base and I'm wasting my time building stupid things, and I'm like, cool story. That's supposed to like make me sad or something? Like, I do this for me, not for anyone else. Milton didn't ban me because I don't talk in his stream. That's a good way to do it. Okay, how did we build these? See if I can let me screenshot. Sorry, one sec. Seeing if I can pull up something so I can look at this a little bit better. I can't quite remember how I had these things lined up. Ducky, careful with the spams, dog. Too much. Don't make me pause, time you out. Milton just made a video banning people's comments. He banned about 60 something. Yes, there's people on Twitch. Ducky, stop it. I know you're having fun, but yeah, I just don't care about people's opinions quite enough to like let it affect me, I guess is how I say it. I'm confident in my own things enough that I just don't care. The only thing that's getting someone banned in my chat is like literally breaking TOS or like Ducky is close to getting timed out if he keeps spamming. But outside of that, like I don't care. When you go to school for a degree that you just get destroyed on everything you do constantly, you quickly grow a really thick skin. And no one can hurt your feelings anymore. Okay, so let's see if we can get this right. And one of these. I don't see the point of banning your viewers. That also seems pretty counterintuitive to me in many ways. Maybe I'm crazy, but That is, like, what are you gaining? I don't understand what is gained from banning people that make content creation possible. Maybe as a smaller content creator, I'm missing something. Is that I don't have enough people to ban, or I'm just screwing myself. Jade's thumbnails are clickbait. Yeah, I love Jade outside of his content creation. I very much don't like the spoiler content, and that's a me thing. I think there's a place for it, but I know exactly what his video is actually going to be about the second he posts it. I've seen enough of his stuff that I'm like, yeah, I don't need to see that. But as the news guy, I guess at some point, like, what else do you do? Like, he's not doing build content and those types of things, so he has to find a different way to gain views. So I understand the hustle. I just stay away from the content typically, because I don't like spoiling things for myself as much as I can. I already get enough spoiled by watching other creators and stuff that I try not to. But it also is exciting to know, like, what's happening and what's being added to the game and stuff, so I don't hate it. I respect the hustle. But yeah, I try to keep my videos as like, I use a clickbait title in the sense of, like, architect builds insane survival build. Like, trying to get the SEO on your side is always something you have to do, but I also try to make it so when you click on a video, you're getting what that video is offering. As much as possible, of course.
Ready yet? I'm getting impatient.
Morals. I will say, in terms of growing, it's really difficult to grow as a content creator when you're not doing stuff like that, because of the way that YouTube has forced you into that world with SEO, search engine stuff. So it's not like this isn't my career. This isn't what I do this on the side as a fun way to make a little extra money and do something I enjoy and getting to share it. I enjoy teaching people how to do things that I do, and it's a good use of my general design knowledge. So it allows me to do things that I really enjoy and share that with people, so I like that aspect of it. But that one off. Dang it. Dude, what am I missing here? Something's off. This side? I think we might need to see one more of these. Actually, it's right there, I think. Is it? Yeah. That's how you know I mess with this glitch a lot. Slowly figure out where things are not working the way they should. Okay, did we get it back to where it was? I think so. I think we fixed all the issues. Lotus, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Did I miss anything? Does everything look kind of right? I know I kind of have to redo these parts, but something's not lining up quite right. Leg. Always save your game, kids. Watch. He's gonna raid me again, so I can't sleep. I also like how I put my bed absolutely as far away as possible. Dang you. But I want to be able to farm gold cards during gaps and updates, so I don't want to do the mixer yet. I'm too stubborn. Come on now. There we go. You still have all those sticks, Timber? You just dropped them? You just left them, dude? You're just slacking? You're here for one reason. You're here for one reason, and it's to hold my sticks. I don't think you could say that. Sounded illegal. I said sticks. Sticks with an S. Am I going to do any base reviews tonight? No. Those, for the moment being, I'm going to stick with Tuesday nights. So I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and so Tuesdays are currently going to be base review nights. It's a little difficult at the moment to do them every night just because there's not enough people. So I'd kind of prefer to do like a batch of them at the same time. If at all possible every time. But if we get enough people that are interested and we need to do more than one night a week, then I'm not opposed to that. It's just at the moment we'd be doing like one, and that to me doesn't quite make sense at the moment. No. Where did you come from? Don't do it, Timber.
Bug down, bug down. Almost forgot my buggy.
Yeah. Easy game, easy life.
Oh, we good. Yeah.
Congratulations.
On Xbox, my stems are falling through the ground. I thought they fixed a lot of that stuff. I guess maybe that was resources, not necessarily sticks, but I'm assuming they'll figure those things out sooner than later. Might just be with the most recent patch. A couple things that were supposed to be patched didn't quite do it. Good, you're working on the tower again? Well, yes, but we just had to redo everything because the whole game broke. And rotated all my pieces. So we built everything you just saw, we built, and then we just rebuilt it again. Husky weed drops 4 stems. Stick with them, weed stem. The dandelions don't drop enough typically to be worth farming them. But yeah, on the terms of the base reviews, if you haven't seen the pinned comments on YouTube and Twitch, make sure you read those. If you have a base you're interested in me reviewing, giving some helpful tips and tricks and advice, and also just sharing cool ideas with the community. These can be bases that are totally done and you feel that are like super epic, and they can also be bases that you're stuck on, you have no clue what you want to do, you feel like you're not good at base building and you'd like help. They can be any level of base. They don't have to be massive, they don't have to be complete, they just have to have enough that I can go into your world and run around and have something to look at for a little while. I mean, like, Ducky's base wasn't the biggest base in the world, but we spent a good 30 minutes in there helping him get some ideas for moving the base forward. So, and we had some massive bases that we didn't have a whole lot of suggestions for as well. And they were just really fun to look at. 1 second, Ducky. Wait, am I out of crude rope or is it too far away?
Yeah. Take
Wait.
your best shot, Bugs.
No, we got it. I was holding those. Yeah, they were really fun. It was a really great stream, so I'm excited to do more of them and see all the crazy stuff that people build. 'Cause we've done a lot of base tours on the channel, but I'm really enjoying the way this base reviews stuff has a lot of potential for the channel moving forward in terms of offering people putting multiple bases into a single video, so it's not trying to only do base tours of the biggest, craziest bases, as we used to do, where I don't think many people have mega bases built in this game yet, so it's hard to continue doing base reviews and stuff like we were doing. But this allows anyone to do it and be part of it, so I think it was a lot of fun. Stop walking around, scaring me. This is not doing me any good anymore. What's that? What I think it is, or did I move the wrong piece? That why this is not placing where I want it? That's better. Struggles of building off grid. I give myself some challenges, for sure. It's not the most straightforward way to build, but it is fun. You just what? What does that mean, Ducky? Okay. Okay, what? Wait. Where'd this triangle go?
Didn't even need instructions.
Broke him? You broke yourself? I just don't know what you were trying to say. If you just unlawned the mixer with anything, fight it. Will not with I broke him. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to do with that. With the mixer, you can do it. If you walk away from the mixer, you can just let them destroy it, or I think you can destroy it yourself. Potentially. You may not be able to. I haven't actually done it, but I just know that if you finish the mixer right now, you no longer get the spawns. With a cultural theme. During early access, I'm so afraid to build a base directly on the ground. My experience with Grounded 1 early access was they would randomly change the terrain and half your base ends up buried. That's very possible. Very, very possible. I would say I have a feeling we're going to see less. Now, this is me pulling this out of my butt. Like, I have no knowledge here, no background information or anything, but just from my experience with Grounded 1 throughout time, I would say I feel like less terrain and things are going to change. Now, that doesn't mean some areas might not get some detail, but I think they have a better idea of how they're doing and finishing each area from the looks of it. Unless they add, like, major changes, I I can't see them doing a ton of it. It's always possible, of course. But I find it likely that you probably will be a little bit safer overall. Because instead of constantly updating the backyard, which is just the yard, like, it felt like they had to change things and add things, and they were... The bigger differences is when Grounded 1 was in early access, there wasn't story, there wasn't the additional things that are already in this game, in this world. So I, in some ways, think that we're probably more likely, or less likely, I guess is a better way to say it, to have those like big changes in the map, because they're already thinking about the story and how this is moving forward, whereas like the first game was sort of build a cool world and then retroactively go add all the story pieces and the base pieces and the labs and a lot of those things. And so a lot of things changed, whereas this is a bit more polished already. And so it's possible we get less of those issues. We'll not say it's 100%, but... I've elevated my base in Grounded 2 so far. If they do that again, I'm less likely to be impacted. True. You're also like in the main starting area, which feels probably not going to be touched as much. But if you're building closer to like... The biggest hesitation, I would say, is building near anything around the edges. This is where I guarantee changes are going to happen. Anything built near the edges is very, very likely to be touched again. But... it seems like a lot of this is figured out. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be more bug spawns and stuff, but I find it maybe a little less likely with how much stuff they have to do going forward for them to start changing things like backwards, if that makes sense. Hey, get in your home. There we go. Just walk away so stuff doesn't spawn. Would that work? I don't know. Kept my spawns going, currently holding 20k raw science. Nice. That'll work. What's up, flying zombies? Welcome in. They did that once already. They lowered the rocks. Switch to woe mode, destroy the mixer, then switch back to medium, repair the mixer, rinse and repeat. Oh, that's a good way to do it, I guess. I didn't know that worked. Some items of mine are in a stuffed wolf spiders floating at my starter base. Nice. I'm not going to say the name of the streamer, but they said the game had because it's not like Grounded 1 with all the stuff Grounded 1 had. I guess the only argument I've heard of that, I don't have anyone specific that I can think of that's said it, but I've seen a lot of comments like, it's so lame, this is just a DLC, like, we got Grounded 1 but with less, and I'm like, do people not know what early access is? Like, this dev specifically said that they are purposefully not adding in some of the things from Grounded 1 because they don't want this to feel like they literally ported Grounded 1 into Unreal Engine 5 and then just released it on a big map. And so, like, I am adamantly more interested in them saying, I don't want to just put a Black Ox Beetle in the yard because we already have it done in Grounded 1. And so, yeah, some of the basic things, like the ants and those things, like, what are you going to change? Those are fine being kind of basic and simple, but I would much rather see the later tier bugs and different things added much later in the early access process, because I find that I'd rather have it feel like they said they fit Grounded 2. It feels like they were added to this game to add to Grounded 2, not just because they were in Grounded 1. And I understand why people can say, like, it feels limiting, but, like, realistically, if you're looking at it in terms of, like, early access, the first release of Grounded 1 early access, you got, like, a grass place with no story, no anything. I think Milton said it. Like, the first early access release for Grounded 1 was garbage in terms of, like, there was nothing to do. Now, it's exciting because you get to be part of sort of a complete blank canvas as the game grows and mutates into its own interesting thing that Grounded 1 came to by the end of the game. But those are part of the things you just have to deal with, because we're not getting those things that everyone wants right now because they're adding them back in a more interesting way that's going to affect the way this game is played. So it doesn't feel like just Grounded 2 is a DLC, which is boring. I just kind of feel like it could have been a DLC for Grounded 1, but the potential for how this will evolve beyond is exciting. And I think that's... You see the potential, and I think a lot of people say the first half of your sentence there, like, it does kind of feel like it could have been a DLC for Grounded 1. And that's because all they've done so far is start with the bare minimum. And they've said this in interviews and stuff already, that they wanted to get the groundwork, things laid out, the simple, easy things that they know they want in the game, and then updates moving forward. I don't think the Axel update, outside of the fight itself and some of the weapons and stuff, is going to be this, like, game-changing experience. I think the winter update is going to blow people away. I think they're going to add in some really cool new mechanics, the buggies, like the Ladybug buggy and stuff. I really do. I have a lot of confidence in where I think they're going. Not that I know the specifics, but it does very much feel like this could be a DLC for Grounded 1, in the sense that that's exactly what they wanted the first early access for Grounded 2 to be, is like, all right, get the minimum, get the basic stuff done, get it out of the way, fix some of the issues that are going to immediately arise when you have 3 million people playing a game and testing it all at the same time, and you start the performance things. There's too many computers out there. Everyone's got different setups, graphics cards, all of that. So it's like trying to optimize for essentially limitless combinations of PC setups and stuff, and then slightly older consoles, new consoles and stuff. Just all the things that they have to get fixed, and then once you kind of lay that ground or that framework, that's where you get to explode into these, like, the winter and spring and summer updates that are going to be, like, ridiculous. Totally fine if they add every single bug from Grounded 1, but they should be extra enemies, not the main attractions. Yes, and that's what they said, is they're not just adding them back in as is either. Like, you'll probably get a Black Ox Beetle, but it's not going to feel the same as the Black Ox Beetle from the first game. It's going to have some different aspects to it. And, like, yes, there's ants and stuff, but the butterflies and the scorpions and the cockroaches, they already feel like the main attractions for the most part, or these different type of orc bugs that are similar to the first game, but now twisted into their own thing. Note up where Black Oxes are IRL, and thing came up, but the vid with it was Grounded. Nice. What are you even doing, Ducky? I don't even know what to do with that. I keep thinking you're having me look at your base, and then it's just like weird random photos. You can def tell it's a different engine, and it's better for it, the graphics and the lighting. I'm glad it wasn't a DLC. Yeah. And I can understand the impatience, because I want more too. All I want is more Grounded. The entire time I played Grounded 1.0 through 1.4 and put 3,000 hours into the game at that point, all I ever dreamed of was more Grounded. That's all I wanted from any of this. And so for me, the fact that I get to be part of Grounded 2 from the start of early access, and I already see, like, where the vision is going and where the potential is moving forward, I think is, for me, really exciting, because, I don't know, maybe I just have more patience because I like building. Whereas if you don't like building, if you don't like the completionist mindset, there's not a whole lot to do if you just rush through the story. But I also think that's sort of a flaw in the current gaming generation that we have, is this, everyone's so impatient, and it's like next. It's not like games are almost being treated like short form content on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, where it's like consume, rapidly go through everything, and then, like, have nothing anymore. And it's just like brain rot insanity where it's so easy to just want more and more, but I'd rather let the developers like cook these updates to be as good as possible and to like really add new, interesting, unique elements to the game than just like constantly wanting more instantly without letting them have the time to do it. And I think that's also one of the best processes that I really enjoy about early access is my opinion matters at the end of the day. Everyone's opinion matters, not just mine. But it's one of those things like we get to be a part of it in a major way. And so instead of getting developers that just, which I think has been a common occurrence as of late with a lot of games, is without the community involvement in some ways, you just get these like massive games that get released and everyone's like, these suck. Like nobody wanted this. And so you get the opposite experience. Now you have to be really patient to get the ultimate game that you want. And I think that's where people struggle, is they want more grounded. But if we're patient, we will get not the grounded that Obsidian is going to give us. We're going to get the grounded that we all ultimately wanted. And it's going to far surpass everyone's expectations. And same thing happened with Grounded 1. Like 1.0 release was great, and then all they did for 4 major updates for 2 years was listen and add everything, or the majority of things that they were physically able to add to the game. And it, to me, is probably the best survival game, in my opinion, ever made. One of my favorite. There's some really, really good ones out there. I'm not at all like hating on like the Valheims and all those other games. I think they're really good, but there's just something special about Grounded in terms of the aesthetics, the gameplay, the combat, the building. Like it does everything really well, and it is a lot of fun. So I'm always personally more interested in being patient to get the game that I get to play for a longer period of time than, oh cool, another survival game. That sucked. Let's move on to the next one. People playing Monster Hunter Wilds and have 300 hours played, then crying there's nothing to do. Yeah, like 300 hours is, for any game, is a ton. And like, I'm only able to do 3,000 hours in the first Grounded because I build, like, all the time. So I have a unique sort of perspective on it, but for like newer people here, something that like one of the really cool things that happened in Grounded 1 is I got to be on the Casually Grounded stream at one point, and during that stream, talking to Eric and Chris, I had offered a couple suggestions on base pieces that were really needed in the game, and specifically the quarter triangle pieces, and in the next update that was added to the game. And I'm not going to take full credit for that because I know a lot of people were asking for the vertical half walls and the quarter walls and all those things, but they hadn't technically, at least the way Eric said it, take this with a grain of salt. He's like, I don't think I've ever heard that suggestion before. That's a really good idea. And then the next update, they added all of the base pieces, and that was one of the included pieces. And so, like, they do listen to what everyone says if we're patient. Good things come to those who wait. Hope Grounded 3 is the whole town, and they have normal building groups and PvP 60-player servers. It would be insane. That sounds nuts, Charles. Honestly, I don't want a Grounded 3. I want Grounded procedurally generated survival game. That is ultimately, I love the story and all those things. Procedurally generated, grounded survival game purely is like shrunk down in the Amazon, whatever the place they want to do. And then they can just add biome, add a biome, and just keep going forever. And it'd be the best game ever made. There's trillions of different bug species and stuff that would be really cool to add to the game. I think that would be... That was what I ultimately wanted after finishing the first game, was... I was like, I want procedurally generated, like Minecraft, but with Grounded. That would be my absolute dream come true, because then it really is limitless. Let's say that's the only major flaw that I can find with Grounded is, as much as I enjoy the handcrafted map and the way this all works, finding a way to do it procedurally generated would just make it, like, it'd go on forever. The bosses are endless, the bugs are endless, the weapons are endless, the armors are endless, like, everything is just endless. It could be really fun. Much more difficult to to accomplish, though. It's a pie in the sky dreams there, but man, would that be cool. Grounded is the best survival game I've ever played, yeah. And that's the other side of it, too, the quality of life stuff. There's just no other survival game has the, like, quality of life that Grounded has. The hot deposit into chests. Now, they've reverted a couple of things I like, just like the press to sort. Now you gotta hold it. So, like, I don't love that. I prefer the other thing, the pressing X to delete instead of holding X to delete your blueprints. Those little things are slightly frustrating, but so many other games, like Enshrouded. I love Enshrouded's building system, but they do not have the quality of life stuff there yet, so it's a little more irritating than I would like to play at times. And that's just like Grounded. It always feels good to play. It always feels like they put a lot of thought into how people are going to interact with everything in the game, not just certain elements. Such a good game, and I'm surprised it isn't more popular, even with all the amazing things Grounded 1 had in it. It never really had more than a few hundred viewers in the category, which has been disappointing. The weird thing is it is really popular. Like, it was probably the top Xbox Game Pass game for quite a while. It had many millions of players. The streaming was always a little hit or miss, depending on when you were... Like, I started streaming in Grounded 1 super late. So, I hit the, like, tail end of the viewership on Grounded 1. And just kind of milked it while I could, but it was a little late to the game. But it's weird because there were so many millions of players. It was like one of those sneaky popular games. Like, it was really well known, but it also, I think people just came in at so many different times and updates that it skewed the way it felt. And another hard part about a game that's always being updated is a lot of people just crash through all the update content. Oh, the Wasp Queen's added. I finished the Brownie Boy bin in 30 minutes, beat the boss, and I'm done. And then they stop playing. And I was like, slow down. Take a breath. Enjoy the world. Like, don't rush through everything. But that's kind of how people roll these days. Only so much you can do. Is there a way to decrease the grid size when building? You can't adjust the grid system in any way, shape, or form. The only thing you can do with the grid is what I'm currently doing, which is building multiple grids clashing or clipping into a single grid. Which I am working on a video on how to build off-grid in Grounded, and that's going to cover Grounded 1 and Grounded 2, since the techniques are exactly the same, depending on what you're trying to do. That'll hopefully teach that, but a lot of it is just, if you want to build off-grid, you just pick two things like this. Currently, stem scaffolds are all you can really use. In Grounded 1, it's a little bit easier to use mushroom pillars, but that is sort of, it's a little difficult. You have to be really precise in getting them lined up, but if you just unsnap the stem scaffolding from the snap to grid or whatever, then you can just continually connect. That didn't quite do right, but that's about the only thing you can really do in terms of adjusting or messing with the grid, which is how this entire base is built. Every individual section, so if you think of the lamppost here, this whole section is built on one grid. this section is built on a grid. Technically, the entrance here is also on a different grid, but it's almost exactly the same as the one behind it. It just kind of worked out that way. And then the inside of the base, everything is built on this main grid from the outside wall that we were just looking at all the way back. But then all the angled walls are also built on their own grids. And so, like, technically you cannot build stairs like this. So, like, on my standard grid, these are the only options. But because I built this wall on its own grid, I'm able to connect to this instead. So you can kind of see how it's trying to jump between the two. And here you can see that there's multiple pieces sort of colliding into one another. And so, same here. So that's how these stairs work, is the stairs are actually connected to this wall along with the ramps, but everything else is built on this other, like, 90 degree angle. That's about the only way you can achieve, like, purely custom bases. But the next update, there is something on the roadmap that says building grid. So it's possible that we get something weird. And they totally adjust the whole grid system. It's very possible, but hard to say. Sometimes we can't have nice things. Next Grounded will be in a town or a supermarket. I mean, possible. I think it would be a lot of fun to be out more in, like, the Amazon rainforest and get some of the craziest, like, exotic bugs. But I don't really know why you'd be there, so... Oh yeah, that looks nice. I still don't love this bottom level, but I do like this now that we've rebuilt it twice. Fun times. No, Ducky, you're just going all over, man. I could see that you did the emote thing and you didn't get it again. Don't worry. They're not thrown to the side. You're just maybe a little repetitive on some of them. I read every comment, though, I promise. But it's also hard when I'm get onto a tangent like that. I talk a little bit longer. So I always come back to the comments if I get on a tangent like that and start talking for a while. If I miss a comment, I will always go back and find it at some point. The Grounded's problem, was it too long to get to 1.0 that people had already played it to death? Yeah, I mean, that's one of the struggles of early access, for sure. I think that's unfortunately part of the cycle of early access. It would turn off build collision so you can combine pieces at will. It would be nice, but you can do it. And I'm hoping in the next couple weeks I get a how to build off-grid in Grounded video out so people can learn this. But I will say this up front, it's incredibly tedious at times. There are easy, simple ways to do it, but it is not a simple one. It all looks fantastic, but when are you going to start building more? I mean, we're building more. This is sort of what I do at many times. I get a little distracted. And this is also just me looking and trying to, like, visually see, like, what do I like? What do I not like? I have to take a step back and go, okay, what detail does this need? What is it missing now? I also did not have as much time today as I would have liked to, I typically spend some time trying to do some design work off stream, but I was editing videos and stuff all morning, so...
Piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Did not have a whole lot of time today to actually, like, get some ideas. So that's, you guys get the, like, raw, this is how I build stuff. It's not just, like, if you want to build really detailed, cool bases similar to mine, it just takes more time. You have to look at them from many different angles and really understand why you're making the decisions you're making. But my brain also is easily pulled in many directions, so I just get distracted easily. I'm gonna have to make an ADHD emote at some point of some kind. We can all laugh about it. Alright, Timber's on ADHD mode again. Who knows when he's gonna come back to the real world. Grounded on any other content would be dope. Yeah, Pacific, Australia, South America, anything. Yeah, South America or Australia would be really cool. Maybe a zoo, like exotic bugs enclosures. That could be interesting as well. What? Oh, it worked. Move these maybe? You got beat, grounded. I don't know how to read that one, Ducky. I'm sorry. I will also say that is part of the reason a few of your comments get missed is because when I don't know what they're saying sometimes. Just like when Knife came in and was voice chatting or voice to text. I'm like, those were words. Those were definitely words, I think. Oops. It's over one. Copy that. No. But no, I don't ignore anyone on purpose or anything. But if I can't follow a specific message, then there's not much I can do about it. We get your video out and then Obsidian announce easier building off grid. I mean, hey, that's fine. It still covers Grounded 1 at the end of the day, so could be worse. Honestly, the best thing that could happen is they just make building off grid a thing. Like, that would not upset me by any means. When will the base vid be out? Hopefully this week. What is it? Wednesday, so work on it a little bit tomorrow when I have some time, but then we'll be streaming as well. I'll have sometime Friday and a tiny bit of time this weekend and then a little more time Monday, but I don't think the editing is going to be too overly complicated. So I'm hoping it's fairly quick. I really just have to kind of throw the things together and edit out some of the random moments. And then we'll have fun from there. And the nice thing is once the first video is out, then following videos just get easier and easier. Could have sworn in Grounded 1 I could make the grid smaller when building. Nope. There is no adjustments to the grid whatsoever. It is just the basic. Everything starts with one of these, and then you get half and quarter blocks, and nothing can change from it from there. Not really sure how they'd adjust the grids. It'd be an interesting thing. It'd be cool. Gotta bounce, man. Get dinner sorted and do some boring adulting. Catch you on the next one. Sounds good, Grim. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. I cannot. I'm gonna have to mess with this tomorrow off stream, or yeah, when I have time. Really? No, Timber, you're supposed to run away. But yeah, no, the grid in Grounded 2 is pretty much identical. There's no major changes or adjustments to it from the first game. From my experience, I don't think anything works differently than it did in the first game. Outside of just new materials and stuff. Yeah. Wonder if we did, like... If I get scammed again, I want my points back. I don't know how to give you your points back, though. Something. I feel like the stem, the palisades, might be the way forward on this lower level. I'm enjoying the contrast, I think is my favorite thing, between the palisades and the darker side, like shingle side of the pine walls, but we might want to take some of these elements and bring them over to this side. Because it does feel very different at the moment. I think that's this lower level. Or maybe we just remove this whole section and try it again. Especially because the palisades already kind of create the, like, pointy looking structures that I like. Gively Mr. Duck 5B? What? Who? What you talking about, Willis? Let me up. I'm also going to need to do some gold card farming at some point, too. I would like some of those. The grind, though, is real. Wait, what? In place. There we go. That. Naturally, they're rotated slightly different, so they're different heights, but that'll be fine. We can live with it. I also want to put more lights in these, so I have to figure out a better way to put lighting in between these. It was not. It was a pain. It was a bit of a pain. Alright. I'm convinced that I don't like this. And I would definitely say, don't be afraid to start over, man. Find some piece you like and stick with it, and if the other pieces around it don't work, don't be afraid to just switch it up. See what happens. Oftentimes, the best things in life are found from undoing the things you don't like. Can't wait till they add concrete. Yes. You like the ash cement? That is... Mushroom and ash cement are my favorite build materials. They look so cool together. They give off castle vibes, which I am a huge fan of. It's possible when we get Mushroom Brick 2.0, depending on buildable areas on the map, that we rebuild some of this base on the other lamppost in other materials to see how we can make it even cooler. Because, I mean, this has been a fun challenge in utilizing two materials. Like, I didn't use the stem walls other than, like, small accents in my Grounded 1 builds, but I did do... And I didn't mess with palisades other than smaller details, so having them be these, like, larger designed pieces in a base is a little bit more of a challenge, which is... It's fun. It's a good time, but... It takes some finagling to kind of figure out what you want to do and how you want to do it. That makes sense. What is this attached to? It doesn't even know what it's attached to.
Didn't even need instructions.
And also, building used to go a lot faster when I had the handy net. There's also a big difference. It's a lot more time consuming having to move everything around and adjust things. Do you look at my base? Because I didn't do that much so more people bases can get looked at next time. Saying like right now. Should be grounded onto New Game Plus. Probably won't play Grounded 2 until it's fully released. Nice. Honestly, it's a great approach, honestly. There is something to be said about early access games and stuff in general, and it's easy to lose interest when you're playing in early access because the game doesn't feel as big. The updates feel smaller when you've played everything beforehand, but when you just start in the base game, at the very, very beginning, after everything's been added, it makes the world feel exponentially larger. And even like the difference between Grounded 1 and hopping into Grounded 2, it did recreate that, like, even though the wolf spiders and a lot of the things are semi-similar in many ways, something about it, like, brought that fear factor back, but it goes away really fast. But every update, you kind of feel it for a moment, and then it goes back away, so it can be difficult. I enjoy early access because I like being a part of the process, is my main thing. Like how in Grounded 1, they reset the story missions for everyone out of early access. Yeah. Pushes you to redo some things, even if you get to keep a lot of your stuff, at least you get to do it again. Because there's something to like replaying the entire game again. Ducky, do you want to share your world with me again? I deleted all of the shared worlds earlier to clean up my save file. And I can take a quick look at it in a few here as we wrap things up. Oh, you shared it again already. Well, you're just on top of it. Yeah, I want this side. I like each side kind of having its own elements and having the main entrances be a little more epic and unique. But I think we need to bring some of these elements over onto this lower area for sure. And there's potential that maybe these need to go higher as well, like maybe 1 block higher. Or there's potential that maybe they want to be palisades. Like, we can find a way to move some of this stuff. Am I moving? Yeah, the wrong piece. Yep. Like, where did that go? Alright, let's see. I haven't messed with the palisades and the stem blocks much, so not quite sure how they meld together when you try to do this. It might be a little funky, but flip this one? No, maybe. It's not quite the right detail, but it does feel better. There needs to be a better mixture. It needs to tie in a little bit better. Something feels a little off. In how it's working, but I think there's some potential here. Somewhere. Like, I almost wish we had like palisade triangles or something. I don't know how it would be. Not sure how that works, but I think trying to stick with these instead of using the stem is going to be advantageous moving forward. Even if it's like moving this down, or the bottom of the palisades as well are slightly more flexible in how the pieces want to attach to them, so sometimes you can get them to like sit lower. Needs a little work, but I think there's some potential there, because I'd like to mimic. The idea of these stem pieces was that it mimics these sort of cool tower things. But they aren't quite achieving what I would like at the moment, so we're going to have to mess with them a little bit. Put a bug pitcher in it? A what? Oh, there we go. Like sometime this century. Oh, a pitch. Yes. Now I know what you're saying. Hold on. Whew. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Ooh. Hard part's gonna be this smaller one, since they don't have different sizes to mess with. Could just like push it into the ground a little bit as well. I think if we remove some of these pieces, the game would allow us to place this as well and make our own thing. Or we try to get real fancy and build off-grid, but that easier said than done. I like the way we're heading, though. I know we didn't get a whole lot done tonight, so I apologize about that. That was more having to build it out and then redo the whole thing. Wasted a lot of time. Bug trophy in the diamond shapes, like you're saying here. That could be interesting. It's got to be a wall mount one if we were to. One's like huge, if I remember correctly. Creepy. I have to move all the lights first, but there's some potential there. They're so big. It's a beautiful butterfly. Could be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to mess with it. All right. For the sake of Ducky, since I'd prefer not to do repeat base reviews on Tuesday, I will take a quick look at the improvements they have made. And we will do a little help with them real fast. I am just joining not your world, but a shared one. Ducky, just so you know. Why is your character almost dead? Who you been fighting in here? Wait. Where's your bed now? It's so dark. One base every stream. You know you want to. I want to, but I don't think that's the way to go about it. I think doing dedicated streams to it is going to be better overall in terms of viewership. Where is... Oh yeah, your bed's over here now. Leap. As much as I would love to just do them all the time, I think I'd prefer to have the large streams where we do a bunch of them in a row, and it's hard to switch mindsets between building my own base and then trying to jump on other people's worlds and give them advice and stuff. So I prefer kind of doing it at once and really getting into the groove of it. Doesn't mean we can't throw in a base or two here and there, of course, but... So, this is Ducky's base 2.0. Spiders gotcha. The one I already like that you're messing with the second materials. I'd say continue with it. I wish I had a picture of... Pull a random name out of a hat. Whoa, leg. I would say one thing to start testing now that you've messed with some of the other materials is start messing with making patterns. Adding windows to these spaces I think would be advantageous. And that could be... Going with... Where are they? Like... Just doing door frames instead, or... I mean, you can use the actual window walls as well. It's whatever you like visually. I just find this window's too small. I want big windows. But that would help break up these bigger kind of spaces. The big empty walls in terms of making the outside look really good. I've already saw some of the inside, so I know you're heading in the right direction there. Which I like, and we'll show that in a second as well. But I would say continue... switching through materials. If you haven't watched the top 10 tips to build better and grounded, there are some really cool... The quarter triangle pieces are really interesting, using even the regular triangle pieces and start creating like patterns and designs. Don't be afraid to like maybe step back one of these walls, like a half wall as well, and that will help add some depth overall to the build. Is even like what you're doing here, like this is enough to break up those big walls. Adding in cool, just little details like that, just like breaking up the materials so you don't end up with just kind of one thing consistently all the way across, I think is a good way to go. And then, yeah, love the stairs, great addition as well. Already feels like more planned. Maybe just kind of functionally thinking. You know, it's easy for me to think like this because I have a degree in design and in building spaces for people to use, but think of how you walk through a regular building. Is there... Very rarely is there like no hand railing that you can just fall off. So like completing some of these little pieces and adding in these little pieces will definitely make a huge difference in how finished or complete the space looks. Definitely like the staircase better. I might mess with, again, trying to make this like feel, so maybe moving it out one or something so this feels, or even since I don't think there's much happening under here, just building this staircase like one half block here but down one, so this actually is a space you can walk in, even if you have to maybe move the whole thing over half a block. That would help. Screened windows set up to hide almost blocks your view. The green window? Then like the grass ones specifically? And then yeah, keep adding those little things there. Again, the details and stuff you're adding here, great. You can remove the scaffolding as well. You don't have to keep this unless you visually like it. I like the like floating stairs look. It is a little weird the way the half stairs and the full stairs kind of have the support, so they always kind of show. But another thing you can do there is if you don't like that, you can lower this by 1 to sort of achieve the same effect, and this hides that goofy little support thing and won't necessarily... Whoa, major leg, holy cow. Interesting. And yeah, you got a door frame there, so that one doesn't quite work, but that's an option if you don't like the scaffolds. I always try to remove the scaffolds since I'm not a huge fan of them. I think there's places where they can look nice, but there's also places where they are a little funky. Then you have your stairway to bonk. Oh, you got rid of your basketball court. Interesting. I mean, yeah, obviously you're still working on the transportation or the movement through the base, but I think you're headed in the right direction with the staircases as well, adding a cool detail to everything. It's all the same. Don't be afraid to find a way to maybe make these staircases. I think that's something you might be stuck with as well, is you're trying to get into this space, whereas maybe these staircases make more sense on like the other side, so then this isn't like right down the center. You're saying the upper room? Other than that, I'm gonna go in those, don't worry. Just talking about like the circulation. Like, I like the staircase and I like the like stepping up and down, but maybe finding a place. Maybe it if you build these out, you just have to make sure your head doesn't hit, so you could start this staircase like here, and then that moves it out of your way a little bit, which I think might be nice, because then it's not so stuck right in the center. Whoa. What? Leg for real. What is this doing? Alright, there we go. Grab a different source, sorry. That way your circulation isn't like directly in front of you. This is sort of how I did my base, where the two stairs were almost like stacked on top of each other. There's just enough room to come out of the bottom one before the top one starts. Or even it goes up like this, and then you run here, and then this staircase flips the other way, and you walk up this way. And then that gives you a space here to, you have your landing come up right here. That naturally goes this way, and then the staircase goes from... Let's see if I can grab one of these. One block over, if that makes sense. And then you're not stuck with like that staircase could start there or something, and that's what gets you up to this level potentially, even if you maybe slide it over where this is as well. That way you kind of connect your different elevations in your base, and that might be a nice way to kind of finish off the circulation you have going on. So it doesn't feel like this is right in your main area. But I saw your room earlier. Love this little addition. Like, these are the fun little pieces that you keep messing with because they're cool. You've got your seating areas. Got like little hangout spaces. Who knows what you're gonna do here? Your little bed space feels much better now. Like the little windows, like the design is there now. It feels like the detail has gotten far enough that you can start to feel like, okay, there's life coming to this as well. And I definitely like the way you're using it. Water. Where's the water? What's a guy got to do to get a drink around here? I also hide them throughout the base like a Find the Aphid minigame. That's a fun way. Oh, I like putting little aphids on the windowsills. Yeah.
Water, bringer of life.
What the? Is this your little secret chest? I don't want to know what you're hiding in there. Whoa. Yeah. Now you got your upstairs space, which could be fun. Oh, it's indoor basketball now. I do like that. That's fun. Oh, you gave me food? Well, you didn't warn me. It's all good, all good. Ah, your friend did it. Nice. I think keep going. Just keep chugging along. You're heading in the right direction on all of it. I like this as well. I think what it draws me, like the main thing about your base that, in terms if I had to pick like one design element I'm noticing about your design style, is you have so many different like levels to your base, and that in itself creates an interesting base. It makes for very difficult builds in terms of like how are you going to connect all those different levels. But I find it really interesting how you have like you come up to these spaces and you go back down a little bit, and then you come over here and now you're going back down to something over here, and like this could lead over to another level down there, and you can just kind of like keep adding these levels and interesting spaces onto this base and just kind of continue. And the stairs and the designs, like those things are what's going to start adding more and more detail and could be fun. Even like tossing a staircase so you have like a rooftop gazebo deck sort of thing and like can hang out there. That's another like interesting piece. And like what is on this tower? What's the point of it? Is it a watchtower, a view tower? Add some details to like make it feel like it's here for a reason. If it's to see the map, like make it higher, make it a real view tower, and then add in like similar to how I'm adding in some of the vertical pointy elements, make it feel like this tower raising out of this space. And then continuing some of what you're messing with, like in some of these details with the stairs and stuff, into these spaces as well, as you've added some of the details we talked about and the additions, the hand railings, and so your detail level is getting higher and higher, and so now it's keep implementing it into the other places so everything feels cohesive. I always try to pick specific design elements that I can replicate over and over again, and it just adds a sense of consistency, and it is visually appealing to the eye for the majority of people. And that way you never feel like one thing's one material. Now that's another way to do it, of course, is what the lower levels of material, the center levels of material, the upper levels of material, and you're kind of mixing and matching those things as well. It could be interesting. But I like the direction you're heading. Just keep sticking with it, man. I don't think I missed any spaces, did I? Also, like, don't be afraid to find uses for stuff like this. If there's a space, I use it. If I create something like that, that's just like a little interesting design piece, make it a part of the base. Make it a decision that you're leaving these roots out. Design something that incorporates them into this base somehow. Whether it's like you build a small wall.
At this point, I'll eat anything.
Think of looking at like a museum and there's lighting effects, like backlighting all of these roots, and the put a little chair here, and so it's like you get your little cocktail drink umbrella, and that's something that you can like create interesting spaces around. And the more you kind of make every decision for a reason, the quicker the things will feel cohesive. You left me food and water, but there it is. That's not food. Be nice if you can place building parts on all objects and in omnidirectional 360 like Enshrouded. Yeah, the decor items at least. I understand what there's definitely restrictions and stuff to some of the other things. Couldn't find the food. Now I gotta go kill gnats. Give me your meat.
I cut a tree bit.
Want some? Give me your meat. Oh, it's in the hot bar. I was looking for like a chest. Why is this so laggy? I don't understand. I wish the little lights were brighter. Are you saying in general or specifically in this space? Yeah, I mean, they're as high as you can, but that's another thing. Like, I'd focus on Ducky is lighting. Lighting. More lighting. It is like the number one thing that I think brings any base to life.
I'm a well-respected
Find
artisan.
little pieces in general, yeah. Oftentimes in Grounded, it's just a factor of more. Add the lights anywhere and everywhere you can think. You can toss them in the corners like this. You're doing... That's great ways, and the light alone will help add its own detail. Especially if you start adding other colors and stuff, too. That way, like, it automatically feels like an intentional choice when you start adding the lighting to everything. And if you pick a spot, like... whether it's on this, or halfway up, or here, wherever the lighting goes, hanging from the sides, the ceilings, make it consistent, so if you place one there, place one here. And then you get these repetitive things, as I was saying. You have to cut the root of the grass so it won't go back through the base, or is that still not fixed? According to the most recent update, that was fixed. Does that mean it was fixed? I don't know. But yes, the way the game intends you to work, or is intended to work, is that if you cut the stump piece down, it will no longer grow back. That only works with grass, though. Dandelions and weed stems and stuff will always grow back. Same with burr. Not that we can cut the burr currently,
Bottled
but...
in scenic Brook Hollow.
that is how it is supposed to work. We will see. I haven't actually tried to cut any of it down. See-through doesn't like lights. See-through doesn't like fun, man. No. I mean, his bases are so big that if you try to light them, you'll break your game. I mean, like, I think I have a slightly higher-end PC than See-through does, and my game was struggling hardcore in my Mega Base Worlds in Grounded 1 because I have so much lighting, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, insanity levels of light everywhere. Because I loved using... I'd use these pieces, or, like, vertical... It was always mushroom or ash cement and stuff, and then I would build along the edge of, like... Say if I made a tower that was like this, then I would put a light as closely spaced as possible up the entire thing. So you'd have 300 lights in like one section of a build, and it looked freaking epic, but it was not good for performance. I did, but not the roots, and it grew back. Yeah, you have to cut the roots down. If you don't cut the like stump part down, it will always grow back. You're saying, can you join me? I don't... It's more of a me thing, Ducky. I don't want it to feel like I'm doing this to you, but I don't like joining people live. Just because if I do it for one person, I have to do it for everyone. And it quickly becomes this point of contention that causes issues for me in the long run. And also, not knowing what I'm joining with people I don't necessarily know is also kind of sketchy for me as well, in terms of endangering my, not saying you specifically are doing this or going to do this, But like the name of your world is a great example. That is something I try to avoid. In my personal life, my language is very different than on stream, but I try to keep it as PG as I possibly can. But this is also why I was saying we should wait on these, because I can't keep jumping back in and seeing little changes over and over and over again. These are better done as one large thing at a time. I will join it real quick, but this is the last one I can do, my friend. Where am I? Oh, okay. I like the ramp. That's a good way to do it. It's a fun little design there. I like that. Good job. That's a clever enough way that it works. Definitely don't feel like you have to do everything I say exactly, but that would be a good use of the circulation. I still might think about potentially moving this to one side, as being dead center feels a little bit clunky still. Even like start thinking about where these things are landing. Like visually it makes sense in some ways, but I'd almost like prefer if you did this like here, because this is very much like right in the center visually of what you're doing. So trying to find ways that, whether it's maybe you continue this floor here and that way these structural pieces move out of the way, but they having things like right in the center can feel disjointed. All good, man. You're good. Don't want to sound overly critical or anything. Just trying to help. But these type of decisions, making these more intentional on one side. Like I like that your stuffed caterpillar is there, but my brain would want to move it to this side or this side. That way you have more open spaces. It's very rarely is a staircase going like straight through the middle of a house, sort of is the way I like to think about it. Doesn't mean that the way I think about things is always right and the only way to do it by any means. But those are... I can only comment on the things and the way I do things. But yeah, I mean, stick with it, man. I think everything you've added is genuinely an improvement. I think as you just keep going, keep adding the details, and it'll get there. And definitely keep posting in the Discord for people to help as well. And that's where I'm going to be the most help, because I can't join everyone's world every night to help out and stuff, but I can definitely jump in the Discord and help in those ways. Added the door to the Omni tool thing. Thing, like you made this directly into it. Is that what you're saying? That's one thing. I think you can still do it. I'm not sure, but you could build inside of this, which would be cool. If you figure out how they glitched it in and ended up building into this as well and continuing these and connecting them, that would be fun. Not sure if you can or not at this point. But yeah, man, stick with it. You're headed in the right direction for sure. Just keep having fun with it. Little by little by little, it'll all come together and turn into exactly what you picture. Also, look up pictures on the internet. Don't feel like it all just comes out of, like, when I'm designing, it all just comes out of nowhere. Like, I'm always looking up different ideas, like inspiration images and stuff off the internet. All right, y'all. It is now 11 o'clock, so it is the perfect time for me to call it. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me tonight. I know it was a little bit of a disjointed stream with all of our building getting destroyed and then having to redo everything we had already done on stream, so it felt a little lackluster, especially compared to last night. So we'll bring the energy tomorrow. We'll do more building. We'll have some fun. I have a couple more things I need to get done on the map as well. Trying to finish the last couple things in the game, so we'll run around a little bit tomorrow, do a little farming, have some fun with it. I will have a bit more of a plan as well on what we're going to be doing on the build overall. So we'll stick with it. It definitely threw me off a little bit getting through all of that building at the beginning of stream and then having to redo all of it again. Like, kind of throws off the vibes. So we'll have fun with that. What time do you start streaming? Start streams usually 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And once again, if you liked the little Ducky base review that we just did, we'll be doing actual base reviews on Tuesday nights for our streams. So if you want your base reviewed, make sure to reach out to me on Discord. You can join the TimberBuilds Discord, or you can just message me directly, and that way we can exchange usernames for Xbox, and you can share your world with me. And that way we can do more base tours. We already have 3 or so. Yeah, we have 3 lined up for next Tuesday, so I'd love to get a couple more in there, since I think we can do 6 or 7 on Tuesday easily, especially since we know what we're doing now. So it'll be really fun. But I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to do it all over again. So I appreciate everyone hanging out, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And yes, I see you, Charles. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. We'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.